Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network. Of course, a big game coming up between the Alcorn Braves and the Grambling Tigers. It's now time to talk about the key players of this ball game with Stan Luter. And Stan, there are some great players featured in this ball game for both teams.
Man, have we got some outstanding players on both sides of the ball. Marquise Wofford, number 10 for Alcorn. Last year was a 2015 Newcomer of the Year. He's a guy that in open space is going to cause you a lot of problems. A very versatile guy. Had 36 receptions last year for 4 touchdowns, and then he carried the ball 6 times into the end zone for over 450 yards. He can make big-time plays, and if you keep your eye on him long enough, he's certainly going to excite you. Now, the other side for Alcorn, they've got Eric Foster. Eric Foster's a nasty guy. A transfer from the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, already with 9 tackles this season. He's a big-time hitter. He's not afraid to come up and make a play. One of the top defenders in the SWAC, already in the top 5 in pass defenses. And in the Alabama State game, a game they won, he had the timely block kick that sealed the win for the Braves. Wofford, Foster, 2 guys to keep your eye on for Alcorn. You know, on the other side for Grambling has had for years and years and years great players. Add the name Martez Carter to that. He's a big play guy. He's one of the few guys in the SWAC last year that caught a pass for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, and also had a return. Big-time player, Carter, and then there's my guy, Arquez Cooper. What can I say about him? A big-time hitter. 11 total tackles this year, 3 sacks, one of the tops in the SWAC. Cooper, Carter, Wofford, Foster, a whole lot of names we're going to talk about this afternoon.
We are just about ready for kickoff, and here we go. It is away, and, of course, the Grambling State University Tigers with Jonathan Wallace kicking off, and Alcorn will get it at the 5, come out to the 20, out to the 25, and returning the kick is Marquise Wofford, the wide receiver, and, of course, return man as well. First down and 10 for Alcorn State University at their 25-yard line. So first and 10 here for the Braves. Actually, they're going to call it at the 26-yard line for Alcorn State University. First down and 10. The Braves, of course, will come out and didn't know who was going to start at quarterback, but Noah Johnson will be out starting at quarterback here for the Alcorn State University Braves. First down and 10. Of course, we'll keep our eye on Marquise Wofford, who's at the bottom of your screen in the slot position. 3 receivers set. Wofford in the shotgun. And the snap is a little bit high. He gets to Wofford on the end around, and he goes nowhere. Great defensive play, keeping everybody home. And you mentioned him, Arquez Cooper, as well as number 91, Donovan McCray on the stop.
A little bit of a high snap there. Still a little early game jitters. Deontay Day, the center, snaps a little high. Good job by Johnson to be able to catch the ball. They're trying to run a reverse, trying to get those athletes into space. But, again, we already talked about it. Arquez Cooper, one of the best tackles in the conference, comes up with a play for loss.
All right, it'll be second down and long here for Alcorn State University. Swing out to the far side, and Alcorn State University stopped by Marquise Wofford. Marquise Wofford goes out to the wide side and loses more yardage. And now the Alcorn State University Braves are now a third down and long here.
Trying to get to the outside. D'Angelo Butler, one of those big defensive ends for the Tigers, along on the stop. One of the things that concerned both coaches was how would you get off to a good start? Alcorn State best in the SWAC so far this year, 50%, 14 of 28 on third down conversion. This is going to be a big one, third down and 19.
Third down and looks like third down and actually 20 here for the Alcorn State University Braves as the Tigers trying to stop Alcorn here on defense. Noah Johnson now scrambling, trying to find an open receiver. Will launch one, and it is complete. Past the 40-yard line, it is complete. And that's going to be a first down for Alcorn State University. That's out to number 86, Michael Ajombi, and that'll be first down and 10.
They don't use Ajombi much as his first catch, but again, you see why they're really high on Noah Johnson. His ability to scramble, keep a play going, and floats it up. Play fake. Good job by protecting him. Gives him enough time to scramble, find the Ajombi for the catch and the first down.
Actually, Footman is at quarterback for Alcorn State University. And here on first down, going out to the wide side. And a stop here for Grambling State University, second down.
They had talked all season long, or the last couple of weeks, I should say, about who should start, Lenore's Footman, the junior, the veteran quarterback, or do you go with Noah Johnson? Johnson, 30 of 41, last week in the overtime loss to UAPB. They go with one, come back with the other. Footman, the veteran.
Here is the give to the running back across the midfield stripe to about the Grambling State University 46-yard line. And Deontay Herron with the stop for Grambling State University. Turner on the carry.
Deontay Hatter, one of many outstanding linebackers for this Grambling team. We'll talk a lot about he along with Malcolm Williams, and we've already heard from Arquez Cooper, number 54.
Trips to the near side. Here is the snap. Swing pass out to the wide receiver. That's number 10, Marquise Warford. And he's stopped by number 30 for Grambling State University. It's going to be Derek Dixon, the transfer. And it'll be second down for Alcorn State.
They're trying to get a way to get the ball in Warford's hand in one-on-one or in space, but Grambling does a really good job of defending that, coming up from the corner position. Derek Dixon, the junior defensive back, smells it out, and another loss.
Good compliment to Guy Stallworth in the secondary for the Grambling Tigers. And it's now second down and about 14 now, make it 15 for Alcorn State University. Tight set. Here's a swing pass out to Warford, and it's incomplete. No whistles and blown, and Warford still on his feet. Gets some big yardage after the catch, and that will go all the way down to the Alcorn State University 42-yard line.
That's definitely a backward pass, and Warford doesn't handle. A fortunate bounce for the Alcorn players. He's able to pick that up and make a positive play out of it. Could have been a big break for Grambling if they were able to recover. Wofford does a good job of keeping composure, getting the football, and making something positive happen.
Ninth play coming up of the drive here for the Alcorn State University Braves on 3rd down and 6. Stack to the near side. Here is a quarterback. Back to pass. It's complete. Nice open field tackle. And that's number 19 on the catch there for the Alcorn State University Braves. That's Collins Monroe.
Again, we're talking about a couple of guys. Collins Moore, the tight end, 6'2", 220, grad student that's not caught any passes this year. Or Jumby a moment ago on a 3rd down gets a big catch. So what Grambling has got to be able to defend is the space of the field. They're using a lot of guys that we haven't really normally talked a lot about throughout the first couple of games of the season. But a good job of Alcorn now in 4th down trying to make this play, keep this drive going.
Noah Johnson at quarterback here for Alcorn State University, 4th down and 4. And a quick kick, and it goes almost straight up in the air on 4th down and 4. Takes a Grambling bounce, and it's down at the, looks like right at about the 45-yard line. So not a very good kick there.
Trying to get them off balance. This is a quick kick. Looks like one of my wedges goes up in the air and then has a little backspin. I think they're going to count that as a negative 6-yard punt.
And for the Alcorn State University Braves, they come up empty on their first drive of the game. And the Grambling Tigers will now get it 1st down and 10. First down and 10 for the Grambling Tigers. Man in motion is Dominique Leak. Double slot formation. Pass by Kincaid, and it's tipped and nearly picked off. Looked like one of the linebackers there was number 32, and that's going to be Stacy Garner, the defensive end, actually, who had a shot at it.
Yeah, Stacy Garner's very active coming to the ball game with 14 tackles, a couple of deflections. Gets his hands up and deflects the ball and nearly able to pick that off for the Braves. Could have been a big play as we swing momentum. When you talk to Coach Fobbs, and I know you get a chance to talk to him often, but one thing he was really impressed about, being able to strike quickly in this ball game, get on the board, and make Alcorn change their game plan.
Devontae Kincaid scrambling out of pressure, looking for the open receiver. He has Chad Williams. Williams gets to about the 41-yard line of Alcorn State University. That's a Grambling 1st down.
Really like the agility of Devontae Kincaid, being able to make decisions. A little run-pass option here, gets into pressure. Just at the last seconds, able to make the pass and find it to one of the best wide receivers in all of college football, Chad Williams.
Big pickup there by Chad Williams. Single receiver sets to both sides. One man in the backfield, and that's going to be Martez Carter. Shaking, gets across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and about 4 yards to go.
You can see Grambling trying to establish their tempo, a little quick pace. Get the ball in Williams' hands, let Kincaid make some decisions, and then you always have the opportunity of breaking something off inside between the tackles or out with Carter.
Leak in motion now, back to the other side here on 2nd down and 4. Kincaid back to pass, and it's caught. And this time it's going to be by number 83, Ladarian Davis. I'm sorry, check that. That's going to be Jordan Jones.
Jordan Jones, Williams, we'll talk about Leak, Meander, Hunter, we haven't called his name, but they really spaced the ball out. A lot of guys touch the football. If you're a wide receiver at Grambling, you always got to be ready. You're going to get some passes.
Double stack formation here for the Grambling State University Tigers. 1st down and 10. The give and minimal gain here on the play, maybe a yard if they're lucky. Hearns on the stop for Alcorn State.
This little block to the inside. Terry Boyd, number 60, leads the way. But a better job by the defensive front of the Braves, led by one of the better players inside. We talked about Garner, also Keon Brantley, number 90.
2nd down and 10 here for the Grambling Tigers. Just underway here in Grambling. Devontae Kincaid now scrambling, looking, trying to direct traffic, and it is caught. What a catch by Chad Williams at the 5-yard line. Stan, that was an amazing catch.
Pressure again to the outside. Got to find a way to get rid of this football. Kincaid knows he's going to take a lick, but throws it. I thought he was just going to get rid of it, but watch the one-handed catch. Feet are in bounds. 1st down, Tigers. What a catch.
1st down and goal now for the Grambling State University Tigers. They make some adjustments here with personnel. They bring in Jordan Jones as well as number 84, Bryce Williams. Williams, the tight end, single receivers to both sides, double tight formation. And now the official calls time. Timeout charge to, it looks like, the Grambling Tigers. And so, early on here in the ball game, the Grambling State University Tigers and Alcorn State University Braves, no score, 7:55 remaining here in this first quarter of play. And, boy, this is another great look at that throw by Devontae Kincaid and just an amazing catch by Chad Williams and having the presence of mind to keep that foot in bounds.
Well, when you talk to the coaching staff, they continue to – one thing they really say a lot about Chad Williams is his ability to make plays, his great hands, and that he works so very hard. And you can see that work paying off. A lot of guys would let that ball go out of bounds, would not have made the effort. He caught that with one hand with very little effort, and also, like you said, being able to bring it down. And Kincaid's smart. He's got his eyes up, looking downfield. Garner's chasing him. And watch his concentration. Catch, got his feet in bounds, and is able to control it. And that's a big-time play in any man's league.
Absolutely. 1st down and goal now for the Grambling Tigers at the 5-yard line. Slot to the near side with one receiver up top, and that's Verlin Hunter. Here is the give. This is Martez Carter, makes a spin move, gets inside the 5-yard line, down to the 2.
In the 3 games that the Tigers have played this year, they've had a lot of success in the red zone. 5 out of 7, which is about 70%, and 5 touchdowns. So they expect to get 6 out of this. You go in between the tackles behind Terry Boyd and Trey Goins and go inside to Martez Carter.
The Tigers will have Verlin Hunter and Chad Williams to the near side. Double slot formation, Kincaid in the shotgun. He looks to his right, incomplete, and there's going to be a flag on the play, and it's going to be thrown at about the 3-yard line. And let's see what the official will call.
This may be on Grambling. Run a little pick play to the outside.
It's going to be pass interference against Verlin Hunter for the Grambling Tigers.
Yeah, you could see at the end of the play as you go inside receiver, you can see Verlin Hunter makes contact with the defensive back. They call it a rub. Some people call it a little pick play. But you can see contact right there as the ball is being thrown. So it's a good call.
A little bit of a rub there by Verlin Hunter. It backs the Grambling Tigers up to their own, or to the Alcorn 12-yard line, 2nd down and goal.
And keep in mind, your field goal kicker for Grambling, Wallace, has not attempted nor made a field goal this season.
1st down, or should say 2nd down and goal. Here is the snap. Kincaid trying to elude pressure. Kincaid looking. Pass is complete to Martez Carter. Touchdown, Grambling State University. Amazing play there by Kincaid as he just absolutely eluded a lot of the pressure, and a great heads-up play by Martez Carter to come back to the ball.
Trips formation to the right, but what you want to keep your eye on is the lefty. Receivers continue to move. Good job of blocking. And then Kincaid, we've already talked about it a couple of times, his ability to make good decisions, to scramble out of pressure, head up, makes a pass. Carter wide open on the left side. And again, Mr. Excitement doing exactly what he does so well, a big-time play in open space.
Extra point try here by Jonathan Wallace. Tigers on top 6-0. The kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field with the score. The Grambling State University Tigers on top of Alcorn State University, 7-0. You're watching Grambling and Alcorn here on the SWAC Digital Network.
To be a champion, you must win. 10 teams strive, but on Judgment Day, only one can rise. December 3rd in Houston, Texas. Be a part of the experience at the 2016 Toyota SWAC Football Championship in NRG Stadium. A champion will rise. Visit www.swac.org for more information.
Welcome back here to Robinson Stadium here on the campus of Grambling State University. The Tigers are on top by the score of 7-0 here on the Alcorn State University Braves. Here with 7:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Jonathan Wallace getting ready to kick off. And here's a kick by Jonathan Wallace. He will come down and pop the three. University drive, 55-yard drive there by the Grambling Tigers, started at their own 45, and the Tigers ended it off with a 12-yard touchdown pass from Javante Kincaid to Martez Carter.
Very impressive first drive for Grambling, being able to spread themselves, scramble out of some problems. Now this gives their defense an opportunity to kind of sit back, tee off on Alcorn State. Whichever quarterback's in, you got to be able to play under some pressure now.
First down and 10 here for Alcorn State University. This is their second drive of the ball game.
Number 46, Deontay Hatter on the stop.
And on the stop for Alcorn State University, Deontay Hatter, the linebacker for the Grambling Tigers. And it'll be second down and 10.
Similar offensive styles. You'll see 3-4 wide receivers. Gives you an opportunity to go a lot of man pressure defensively.
Second down here is the run by the quarterback, number 13, Noah Johnson. He goes nowhere. And Deontay Hatter with the sack for the Grambling Tigers.
Deontay Hatter had a nice game against Jackson State last week. Had a sack, also a sack against Arizona. They love him from his outside backer spot. Gets away from a blocker. Good speed, good strength. Only a sophomore, so Grambling fans got a lot to be excited about the next couple of seasons.
We'll go down the field to Jasher Cox here in just a second. Here is the snap and the shotgun. This is 13, and that's Noah Johnson looking for the open receiver. And caught just on the other side of the original line of scrimmage, which is at the 17-yard line. Let's go down on the field here to Jasher Cox, who's on the sideline here for the SWAC Digital Network.
All right, guys, 2 drives now from Noah Johnson here for Alcorn State. The first drive pretty successful, but once he came off the field, the important thing, the first guy to approach him, who was it? Lenoris Footman, the starting quarterback who's not playing so far today. And to add a little on top of that, how about John Gibbs Jr. is also here offering a little support for Johnson at quarterback for Alcorn. Guys?
And that was a great punt there by Alcorn State University and received by Martez Carter, and Mr. Excitement could go nowhere. Great cover there by Alcorn State.
Nice deep kick by McCullough. Good coverage. And you counted 1, 2, 3, 4 white shirts around Carter, and that's the only way you can bring him down is to have 3 or 4 guys around him. Great kick, better defense on the return.
Hayden McCraney did a great job of getting the kick really high up in the air, and that allowed everybody to get out on the field. And one of the most dangerous things to do is to kick that ball where you have a dangerous return man like a Martez Carter. It reminds you so much of Kendrick Shanklin, who used to be here, who was a transfer from LSU, and he was here for the Grambling Tigers. He was an exciting return man as well. First down and 10 here for the Grambling State University Tigers. 2 punts for Alcorn to start things out. And now it's first down and 10 here for the Grambling Tigers. They started at their own 39-yard line.
And defensively, that was a really big drive. A 3-and-out for Alcorn. Gets Grambling back on the field in relatively good field position. And you kind of got the feeling that the offense is clicking a little bit now. It will be interesting to see if Coach decides to stretch the field and see if you can get some one-on-one situations with Chad Williams or either get Verlin Hunter out of the slot.
And we're still awaiting the official whistle, and now we have the whistle ready for play here. First down for the Grambling Tigers. Bunch trips to the near side, and one receiver up top. Here is Devontae Kincaid. He is looking deep for the receiver, and it is caught by Grambling and then fumbled on the play, recovered by Alcorn. Wow. Exciting play, and it looked like that on that particular play, Lou, that was just a tough play, a catch, but then a fumble.
Well, you got the feeling they were locked in man. They were going to try to throw deep. Just a nice comeback and catch. He simply makes the play on the ball, and the ball goes bouncing around. And so you're looking for a team to make a break, to get a break. You thought you were going to be burned at it. Good catch, good fumble recovery for Alcorn. Alcorn back in business.
That's the redshirt freshman Devon Lindsay on the catch and then the fumble. And so now it'll be first down and 10 for the Alcorn State University Braves to start their third drive of the ball game. And it will be at the 9-yard line. We'll make that the 10-yard line. 5:36 remaining here in this first quarter of play. And here is the give to the running back across the 10 up to about the 15-yard line. And that brings up second down and about 4 yards to go.
When you talk to both coaches, they said, you know, the team that can make the big plays, but also the team that has the fewest mistakes, penalties, turnovers, etc., has a great chance to win. It's kind of a good bet on that possession a moment ago.
Looks like a penalty on that play here by the Grambling Tigers. And now it's a first down and 10 here for the Alcorn State University Braves. Trips to the near side. Here's a give to the running back. Across the 20 up to about the 24-yard line. Cooper gets the tackle for the Grambling State University Tigers, and on the run for the Braves, Aaron Baker.
Aaron Baker, one of the young players, redshirt junior, 5'10", 240. Powers inside. Give you a little room if you're Alcorn. Get some room and space.
And nothing doing on that play there. Alcorn losing some real estate on that play, and Cooper once again there.
It's front four for front line, offensive line, I should say, for Alcorn. Big guys. And you talk about Tim Gardner has been injured a little bit the last couple of days. Bolden, number 72, starts with Dade. But they're going to have to find a way to not only recognize the 3- and 4-man fronts that Grambling is going to see, but also block it. Put a lot of pressure on their quarterback, whoever it may be, Footman right now.
Double slot formation. Here's the pass, and it is incomplete to the far side, and that brings up fourth down. And good cover there by the Grambling defense. And once again, you see where Alcorn there, Grambling had some good pressure on the quarterback as the pocket was collapsing, and there was nobody there. That brings up fourth down. Another punt here for Alcorn State University. 3:46 left to go in this first quarter of play. Second punt, or make that the third punt of the day for the Braves. Low snap. And another high booming kick. And Martez Carter won't even get near it. What a punt by Alcorn State University's punter Hayden McCraney all the way inside the 10-yard line to the 9. Unbelievable kick there.
Got a lot of hang time and a very, very nice roll. Had a 51-yard punt early in the season against Alabama State. This one I think they're going to estimate. They're going to give him about 67, 68 yards on that kick.
Unbelievable kick. First down and 10 here for the Grambling State University Tigers. As we're still in the first quarter, 3:33 remaining here in this opening period of play, and we have a timeout on the field. With the score, Grambling 7 and Alcorn nothing. We'll take this timeout. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Yeah, hold on one second. Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium here on the campus of Grambling State University. The Tigers on top 7-0 over Alcorn. And Lou, you know what? The Alcorn Braves, offensively, they can't get anything going, but special teams have really come up big, especially behind the foot of their punter, Hayden McCraney.
Flipping the field. And that, they're telling me it was about 70 yards. I said 68. That's a pretty good guess for early in the evening, but a good roll where he actually picks up about another 10 or 15 yards. And, again, trying to put you in a deficit field position-wise. Then let your defense try to make a play for you. We'll see exactly what Fred McNair's defense is able to do. Big play a moment ago for Grambling turns into the fumble. Now with their back against their own goal line, let's see what offensively they're able to do.
First down and 10 now for the Grambling State University Tigers. 3:33 remaining in the first quarter of play. 3 receivers set now for the Grambling Tigers. And here is the give. Justin Kelly pushing the pile, getting about 3 yards on the play, and that's just about all.
The thing you like about the balance of the Grambling offense, they can hurt you with a lot of wide receivers. The jet motion there, pull the guard to the outside, and then try to send Kelly in the middle. And 2 outstanding running backs plus a good running quarterback. Justin Kelly, 115 yards, actually has the most carries of any Grambling player so far this season with the 1 touchdown.
Grambling still with the 3 receivers set. Now some movement going on, some adjusting for the Grambling offense. As they'll have a 2 receiver set to the bottom. Now a man in motion and a snap up above the head of the quarterback. It's on the ground, and let's see who recovers it here. Either way, I think Alcorn's going to score. And it depends on where. Now, the one official says that the ball could be down inside the 1-yard line. We'll see here in just a second. It's a safety, and Alcorn State University's defense comes up big here.
Well, you wonder why you want to flip the field and have it. You put some pressure on. Watch this snap. It's just a little high. It's the second time we've seen that once for both teams. Gets away from Kincaid. She recover there, not able to get it. Ball's able to push there, and you're fighting for the football. Somebody's got to fall on it. Great chance for Bracy Gardner, didn't get it. And then it rolls in the end zone.
Looks like the center got it for the Grambling State University Tigers.
Actually, you're right. I think it's either the center or Justin Kelly. I thought I saw Kelly at the end of the pile there, number 28. But, again, the snap just a little high.
Wow, I'm telling you, and that's one of the reasons why it's so important why you flip the field like that. And I think that was Justin Kelly at the very end there.
Yeah.
That was able to get in there. Yep, Justin Kelly.
Yeah, you can clearly see Kelly's hands.
Yep. And so now the offense for the Grambling State University Tigers giving Alcorn State University some points. And with 2:41 remaining here in this first quarter of play, Stan, this is one of the things that we've talked about during the pregame. you have to make sure you don't create mistakes for yourself, and that was one mistake there that gave Alcorn some points. Luckily, it wasn't a touchdown.
Well, we talked about the fact, and talking to both coaches, they felt like at Alcorn that they had to put pressure on both sides of the football, try to get some sacks, and then let their number one conference offense be effective. Offense hasn't really been effective so far, but the defense certainly was, and to be able to focus. And for Grambling, it's about limiting their game, making them one-dimensional, either off passing or throwing the ball, and then to establish a tempo. Both teams still trying to field themselves, but you're exactly right. Flipping the field, making the break, penalties, turnovers, big plays will determine usually games like this. And, of course, the special teams.
Absolutely. It's the same field that Steve McNair and Kendrick Nord played on back in 1994, over 1,100 yards of offense in that game, 62-56. This kick coming down to about the 34-yard line, 40, 50, 45, and out of bounds. Nice return there for Alcorn State University. Marquise Warford hurt you at the receiving position and the return position, and he gets it all the way down to the 42-yard line of Grambling.
Nice deep kick, catches at 35, starts inside, and he knows there's blocking there, and the defenders kind of come there. He just has the speed to bounce to the outside and make a positive play. So remember, that punt was 70 yards. You flip the field. You get a safety, and now on the free kick, you're in positive territory. Advantage, Braves.
First down and 10 for Alcorn State University. 2:35 remaining in the first quarter of play. And now they come out in the 4-receiver set with 3 receivers at the top of the screen. And here's a give to the running keeper by the quarterback, actually, and that's going to be 13, Noah Johnson. And on the QB keeper on that play, he gets across the 40-yard line down to about the 38-yard line as we're in the final 2 minutes and some change of the first quarter. Still 4 receivers set. Noah Johnson now looking over to the sideline, making an adjustment with the line. In the backfield with Noah Johnson is the running back Aaron Baker. Here's the give. Baker across the 30. Great call there by Noah Johnson as he saw something there where the interior line of the defense opened up a little.
Good job at the point of attack. You space it so you've got basically 5 guys on 5 guys, and a nice block to the inside a moment ago there by Dade and also by Bolden, and then you just let Johnson do his thing.
And on the other side, back to live action and a flag at the end of the play. We'll see who that's going to be charged to. Alcorn State University with a first down and 10 on that play. And let's see who the flag is against. That's going to be a personal foul against the Grambling State University Tigers after the play, and it'll be a first down and 10 now for Alcorn State University inside the 15. Let's see where they mark the ball, I think at the 11-yard line. Alcorn State University, first down and 10. On the far side, Warford and number 11, Jaborian McKenzie. Once again, Noah Johnson in the shotgun looking. Here is the give. And tripped up at the last second. Stallworth on the stop for the Grambling State University Tigers.
And they have, just as Grambling has their 1-2 running back punch, so does Alcorn with Wofford and also DeLance Turner. Turner with a nice pickup there to the inside. And again, right now, the offensive line of Alcorn doing a really good job getting off their blocks and making a second block, giving these running backs opportunities.
Turner once again on the carry, and he stopped. Great play there by number 5, and that's going to be Dearius Christmas, the linebacker.
I really heard a lot of great things about Christmas. Great game last week, led the team in tackles, one of the leaders with 10 against Jackson State. A guy that's very active. And that time we talked about great blocking at the point of attack for Alcorn. That time you get away from the blocker, and Christmas comes up with a big play defensively. That might be the last play of the half. Let's see how the quarter, and see how Alcorn wants to play this.
And here's a snap. Noah Johnson scrambling, looking, trying to find an open receiver, tosses it in the air, and it is caught. Are they going? Touchdown, Alcorn State. What an amazing catch in the back of the end zone.
perfectly played. All the influence to the right side. You sneak the receiver to the backside. And under pressure, Johnson throws it up. And a nice one-handed catch. I think that's Anderson. Get a better look at it here. But again, a nice job being patient with the play. Everybody's got a head on a hat and then throws it across the field. A nice one-handed catch.
And McCullough's kick is no good. That was number 83. But Darian Davis switched the touchdown. So with 4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, we'll take a timeout on the field with the score Alcorn 8, Grambling 7. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
Thank you. Thank you for bridging the gap so that I can further my education at the place where everybody is somebody.
Thank you, and thank you for believing that I can succeed in all that I do.
Thank you for investing in my development on and off the field.
Now,
let's do it again.
Bigger and better than before. Let's support our university through the 10 for 10 challenge today.
Come on, Grandpa. We know we can count on you to support GSU. Go Tigers.
It's simple. Donate $10 or more today and challenge 10 friends to do the same.
Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium. The Grambling Tigers and Alcorn State University Braves already with an epic first quarter. 8-7, Alcorn on top. And we'll see how important that missed PAT is going to be at the end of the ball game.
Well, if history repeats itself, last year you get a missed field goal, a block kick at the end of overtime, and you've had those crazy ball games, and special teams so very important, especially as close as games are going to be this season.
There's going to be a flag on the play. This ball was caught at about picked up at about the 35-yard line, end of the first quarter. Actually, the kicker on this play, Corey McCullough, slipped as he kicked the ball, and there'll be a penalty flag on the play.
You couldn't tell if he came up lame as he was kicking. He laid on the ground, maybe a little red face there. Yeah.
And that's going to be an offsides against Silas Spearman, one of the return guys, I should say one of the special teams guys.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, he was a little bit in front of the
right
ball
there.
right there.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple of guys.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Grambling State University Tigers trail Alcorn State 8-7. We'll take this timeout. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
Who here wouldn't consider driving a hybrid? No. You. Why?
I heard hybrids drive like golf carts. I need more power.
The all-new RAV4 hybrid has 194 net horsepower. Don't blow a gasket, just trust the math.
Well, good, because I can't stand needy cars.
Well, this little beauty don't even need to be plugged in to charge. So how's that for independent? So I'm gonna ask you again. Why wouldn't you?
The all-new RAV4 hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Take a stand with the Southwestern Athletic Conference and several others to help put an end to sexual assault. There's one thing you can't have sex without. The one thing is consent. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Visit www.itsonus.org. First down and 10 here for the Grambling State University Tigers to start this second quarter of play. And a little bit of a misstep down on the field for Martez Carter, loses a yard on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
They had an untimed down due to the penalty on the kickoff with no time remaining. So they had one play forced one way to the fieldhouse side of the stadium, and now they'll, after that play was run for a couple of yards, will flip the field.
So when the second quarter begins here, it'll be 2nd down and 10. So we'll take this time out. When we come back, second quarter action from live here at Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for bridging the gap so that I can further my education at the place where everybody is somebody.
Thank you, and thank you for believing that I can succeed in all that I do.
Thank you for investing in my development on and off the field.
Now,
let's do it again.
Bigger and better than before. Let's support our university through the 10 for 10 challenge today.
So come on, Grandpa. We know we can count on you to support GSU. Go Tigers.
It's simple. Donate $10 or more today and challenge 10 friends to do the same.
2nd down and 11 as we return to live action. Kincaid back to pass. Here's the swing pass out to number 10. Chad Williams gets on the other side of the midfield stripe to the Alcorn 48-yard line, still short of a first down.
Absolutely an excellent route. And he starts up front with those guys, and they give him plenty of time, and your quarterback's in rhythm, a little 5-step drop, step, snap, throw, and just great concentration. You just can't talk enough about Chad Williams. I had a chance to talk to Coach Fobbs this week, and he said this is a guy that's going to be able to take it to the next level, runs excellent routes and great size.
Here's Devontae Kincaid. What a defensive play by Alcorn State University, snuffing that one out. That was number 25, Eric Foster, who was able to jump that play in the backfield.
The transfer from Tennessee Chattanooga, Eric Foster, we talked about in our open, a guy that can make big plays, not afraid to hit you. Little quick pitch, gets away from his blocker, and there was no doubt in his mind who had the ball and where he was going to meet him. Great play by Eric Foster.
That'll bring up 4th down and 10 here, so nothing going on in that drive. And in just a second, we'll go down on the field to Jasher Cox with an injury update. And there's a timeout that's being called on the field here on 4th down and 10. Let's go down the field to Jasher Cox with an injury update on the Grambling sideline.
All right, guys, you want to pay attention on that next possession on defense for Grambling. Guy Starworth came off limping on the previous drive. He's been checked out by the trainer over here, but they say he's okay. May want to keep an eye out on him the next possession. Guy Starworth, first-team defensive back for Grambling. Guys.
All right, so Guy Stallworth, that's an intricate part of the defense for Grambling State University, Stan. And so one of the things that's important for them is that you got Dixon on one side, Guy on the other one, and Guy's got that high motor that really drives that defense.
Man, it's a big blow. Not only what he does is his athletic ability, but his leadership as a senior. Great game in that tough loss to Arizona with 11 tackles. They looked for Stallworth to come up and make plays last year. Remember the all-conference team. And certainly, if you're a Grambling fan, you want to get number 29 back on the field as quick as possible.
So it'll be a 4th down here for the Grambling State University Tigers. And here is the kick by Jonathan Wallace. And you can see everybody calling off the dogs. And this will go inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line. And it'll be 1st down and 10. This time, Grambling is able to flip the field here and pin Alcorn back inside the 5-yard line after a 50-plus yard kick.
Got to give Alcorn defensively a great hand. This is a Grambling team that scored 56 points in the first quarter of their 3 games cumulatively, so they only hold them to 7 points, and that was on that first possession of the ball game. So the defense of Alcorn's done a great job. They get their score by flipping the field. Now it's Grambling's turn to kick, flip the field, and let their defensive guys make a play.
When you look at what Grambling did in that last ball game against Jackson State University, they really didn't own the time of possession, but they really did a lot with what they had with field position, and that's something that they have done here for Alcorn State University is pin them back. 1st down and 10 for the Braves, and nothing doing here on first down and 10, a loss of a few yards on the play, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, you got to be really smart now for Alcorn going inside. Nice job defensively, led by 99 outside there. Comes in and does a great job, Blaine Winston, the nose. And what you can't make a mistake right now for Alcorn. You got to feel like they're going to stack the box.
And, the other thing that you can't do, Stan, if you're an offensive lineman, you can't hold in the end zone.
Exactly. You got to think short pass right now if you're Alcorn. Try to find Wofford in some space or maybe a little draw play. Give your kicker some room.
Grambling showing some pressure here. And what a play inside by the Grambling Tigers. That's going to be a safety. And that's going to be number 91, Donovan McCray on the tackle. And Grambling puts 2 up on the board. And it's now 9-8. If you didn't know any better, you'd think you'd be watching the Braves and the Detroit Tigers or something, but you're definitely not watching a football game at 9-8.
You just had the feeling that defensively this was a chance for Grambling to make a play. Keep your eye on number 91, McCray. Beats his blocker. No chance to get the ball out of the end zone. You're just talking about a safety from a hole. How about a safety from a great tackle? 91, Donovan McCray last week had a 51-yard fumble return for a touchdown against Jackson State. Today's game gets a safety.
That's a big play. So he scored actually 8 points in the last 2 weeks for the Grambling State University Tigers. And so now the Tigers will come out and get ready to kick here, or I should say receive the kick from Alcorn State University. And you know what, Stan? We knew we were going to be in for an exciting ball game between these two teams. Heavyweights on both sides, Grambling in the west, Alcorn in the east. You knew that they had tremendous big play ability, and you saw it right there on defense. You saw it earlier with Alcorn on their defense, and now you're just going to have it going back and forth the whole game.
Well, not only did we expect the fireworks offensively, we knew that both teams brought very good defenses, and they've been able to take advantage of situations. And just as we said a moment ago, you flip the field, and Alcorn's able to take advantage of it. A great punt by Wallace sets up the defensive side, and McCray gets to safety.
So this will be the second possession of the second quarter now for the Grambling State University Tigers. And when you think about what the Tigers have done defensively, and this is something Coach Fobbs talks about all the time, 12 points in the last game, 2 in this game, 14 points for the Tigers. This one coming across the 40-yard line. Tigers will start at about the 41 or 42-yard line, first down and 10.
And you think about it, of the 10 quarters that Grambling's played this year, they have dominated on defense. Take away those 2 quarters in the second half against Arizona. The defense has probably been making bigger plays than the offense actually has.
It's going to be first down and 10 for Grambling State University when we get back to live action. And, we've seen some epic battles on this field, and it looks like a little bit of a penalty here. And this is going to be charged to is going to be charged against Alcorn here. Yep, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So now Grambling will have the ball first down and 10 at the 47-yard line to start the second drive.
Both teams have been penalized way too much this season. Alcorn and Grambling both, in the 3 games they played, have been penalized over 8 times in both of those games.
And incomplete on the near sideline, intended for Chad Williams. But Dominique Leak actually was the intended receiver. And now the Tigers in the no huddle.
Dominique Leak, a normally sure-handed receiver, not used to seeing him drop the ball.
And quarterback keeper Kincaid across the midfield stripe comes down at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. Called to 47 of Alcorn State University.
This is why you love Kincaid. His ability to do the RPO, run-pass option, gets to the outside, sees some room, turns the corner, has a nice pickup of about 6 yards.
Had to rush the ball 5 times against Jackson State last week. And actually in that first half of the Arizona game was very dangerous with his feet. 4 receivers set. Here's Kincaid back to pass. Chad Williams at the 40. Stutter step. Gets across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. And Stan, once again, you see Chad Williams and the greatness that he has getting across the 40 and making something happen.
Quick drop again. Kincaid gets rid of the football. And again, wonderful concentration by Williams, and he gets the first down.
Martez Carter gets tackled. It's picked up by Alcorn, and the Braves have the ball first down and 10 after the fumble by Martez Carter. And picking up the fumble for Alcorn State University, Ramonte Bell.
Montez Carter gets really hit right here, and the ball comes out. You're talking about teams making plays and having good defensive players. Here's one right here. Watch the play right here. Swung around, not a high tackle. Good job. Again, we talk about players. Eric Foster, one of those big-time players, and Alcorn back in business. Nice recovery by Ramonte Bell. First down, Braves.
Second fumble of the ball game for the Grambling State University Tigers. Braves take over, first down and 10 at the Grambling State University, I should say at their at the GSU 49-yard line. Second quarter action, 12:15 remaining. Here is across the 50, 45, 40, and a nice play there. Getting out of trouble, Noah Johnson getting it to the right side to Marquise Warford, and a big pickup for Alcorn State, nearly a first down.
And one thing that Fred Keiss, the offensive coordinator, doing this time, they've got some space, run some little slow screens. They're asking the bands not to play while the ball's in play, but the screens will take a little bit of that pressure, get that rush a little bit under control. Take Butler and Winston and McCray from really pinning their ears back and trying to go after the quarterback. Nice call on first down.
Here is the give across the 40 to about the 35-yard line. And that's going to be enough for a first down. Stallworth, who was shaken up during that last drive, on the tackle on that play.
Good to see him back out on the field. Needed about four yards, picks up about 6 on the play.
And that'll bring up a first down and 10 here for Alcorn State University. And they're making that announcement, bands don't play while the ball is in play. Man in motion now for Alcorn State, and that's Jaborian McKenzie. Here's McKenzie, gets the ball across the 30. Nice open field tackle on the opposite side over there. And McKenzie picking up some nice yardage for Alcorn State University. The McWilliams, who had an interception return for a touchdown last weekend, on the tackle here on this play. Here's a play by Alcorn, and again, Alcorn with a run. And it's going to be inside the 25, and let's see where they mark the ball at the 20-yard line. First down for Alcorn.
Offensive line of Alcorn goes about 305 pounds, and you can see they just kind of lock a load, and then you get John B. in as a tight end and lead blocking, and a nice job of running the football and keeping your balance is Aaron Baker.
Man in motion now for Alcorn. And it looks like Noah Johnson with the keeper gets back to the 20-yard line. Now Grambling will make a couple of adjustments. You can see Guy Stallworth coming in limping a little.
And as much as we talk about Wofford making plays and the quarterbacks Johnson and Footman, you know, Aaron Baker is a very, very important part of the offensive clock for the Alcorn Braves. Missed the first game of the season this year with a little minor injury, but had last year 9 touchdowns, primarily in short yardage situations.
Got an injury down on the field here for the Grambling State University Tigers. And the Tigers will come over to the bench, and it looks like for the Tigers it's going to be number 46, Deontay Hatter. That's the linebacker who is shaking up a little bit on the play, and he'll come out of the ball game. Looks like he's coming off under his own power, so that's positive news if you're head coach Broderick Fobbs.
Still a very warm evening this time of year in Grambling, Louisiana. Maybe a little bit of a cramp. Hatter's had a really nice first quarter of the ball game, already called for 5 tackles. And again, Hatter, Stallworth, guys that you got to have on the field for the big defense for this Grambling team.
Second down and 10 now for Alcorn State University. Tied into the far side, slot to the near side.
And slotted there in man coverage right there to hash mark moving is Wofford. Let's see if they look to run something to his side of the field.
And they fake to Wofford. Noah Johnson scrambling, and he is going down. The ball is on the ground. Grambling looks like they may have recovered it. The head linesman comes over, and the official says Grambling football, and the Tigers get a big play.
Well, Noah Johnson made a couple of mistakes. The first one was he did not get rid of the football. You see the jet sweep influence at a Wofford. Defense moves around. So you're clearing a side there. He's got a guy at the top of the screen on the drag route, not able to get that, and then continual pressure, Got to protect the football, got to get rid of the football, fumble, and the second turnover of the afternoon for Alcorn. Grambling back in business.
First down and 10 for the Grambling State University Tigers. They have the ball at their own 38-yard line with 9:52 remaining here in the first half of play. Here's a give up the middle. And it's going to be a gain of a few yards on this play, about 3. Nice give there. And that'll bring up second down. Chad Williams can't hang on to it, and it's incomplete.
Wow, did you see the speed on that football by Kincaid?
He had some on it.
Little skinny slant play right here. Fake, stands up, and just rips this football. Very difficult for Chad Williams or anyone to maybe catch that ball. But I like the idea. Now faced with another third down situation. Grambling wasn't faced with any during the first quarter of this game. 0 for 0. Be interesting to see what they can come up with now.
Here is Kincaid looking back to the left side. Will take off with the football still on his feet across the 40. He'll be well short of the first down. And let's see where they marked the ball at. It looks like that Kincaid was brought down at about the 43, 44-yard line.
They did a really nice job. Michael Hearns was the spy at that time. Wherever Kincaid would go, he was certainly to go with him. That little juke move didn't quite make that, but again, a good play of staying home, following your keys, making the play by Michael Hearns.
Grambling making some adjustments. And here's a kick by Jonathan Wallace, and this one is a low-line drive. They'll go inside the 10-yard line, and Grambling will cover, and it looks like that it will be down at about the 5-yard line, first down and 10. And again, they flip the field, Alcorn deep in their own territory.
I understand why you want to stay away from a hard-to-catch ball, a bouncing ball like that if you're Wofford, but they lost about 15 yards in that transition once it bounced. Get the ball and cover it. And, again, you're faced with a difficult situation. So, again, the theme today has been defense and field position primarily, and then the opportunities that both teams have been able to take advantage of by forcing turnovers.
You know, for the Grambling State University Tigers, Jonathan Wallace is really doing double duty. Their field goal kicker from last year was not able to be on the team. Father was extremely ill, and, of course, he had to go back home and take care of his father. And Jonathan Wallace doing double duty. First down and 10 for Alcorn State University. Here's a pass going deep, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, and to take that to another level, when you talk to Coach Fobbs, one of the things he said he had to do, as you take a look here, just trying to take the top off the defense. Good defensive play by the Tigers, but Wallace had to get into shape. He'd only been kicking once. You know, it was only a place kicker. Now he had to do the punting as well. So it was a whole different mindset in how they want to use him in practice, not to try to wear his leg down. But certainly we commend him on what he's doing, and also the family member.
Lenoris Footman in the game, and here's a give up to the about 11-yard line for Alcorn State University. Turner on the carry for Alcorn State University.
Try to make this third down and manageable. John Bay with the pull, goes inside.
Nothing doing, back at the 11-yard line. And that brings up fourth down. And Stallworth on the stop. And now Alcorn 3 and out here. And with 7:55 remaining here.
Who here wouldn't consider driving a hybrid?
Still 9 to 8.
You. Why?
I heard hybrids drive like golf carts. I need more power.
The all-new RAV4 hybrid has 194 net horsepower. Don't blow a gasket, just trust the math.
Well, good, because I can't stand needy cars.
Well, this little beauty don't even need to be plugged in to charge. So how's that for independent? So I'm going to ask you again. Why wouldn't you?
The all-new RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, You don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Tight end 5.
Who here wouldn't consider driving a hybrid?
No.
You. Why?
I heard hybrids drive like golf carts. I need more power.
The all-new RAV4 hybrid has 194 net horsepower. Don't blow a gasket, just trust the math.
Well, good, because I can't stand needy cars.
Well, this little beauty don't even need to be plugged in to charge. So how's that for independent? So I'm gonna ask you again. Why wouldn't you?
The all-new RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
Dominique
A wise man
on
once
the
said,
reception. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Back to live action. The Grambling Tigers now facing 4th down and 1 at the 12-yard line. A big play here in this second quarter. Personnel change in here a little bit for the Grambling Tigers. They're going to send in number 84, Bryce Williams.
And for Eric Dooley, offensive coordinator, you got a lot of things at your disposal: a dive, a quarterback keeper. You got man coverage to the outside, and a lot of movement.
And it's going to be a timeout call by the Grambling State University Tigers. And we'll keep it right here. 4th down and 1 stand. This is a big moment in the ball game in front of a large crowd. Tigers really need to make sure that they have the right play in.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said. You've got some opportunities to get the ball to a lot of guys. Martez Carter had a nice catch a moment ago to get them in good position, or also going inside to Dominique Leake. I love this offensive line of Grambling. We talked about Trey Goins and Terry Boyd. But the interesting thing is the tackles. Scott and Miller are big guys. Both will go about 6'5", 300 pounds. And they feel very comfortable that they can run behind those guys. But, again, if you're Grambling, you've got a lot of things at their disposal. The most important thing is to get the first down and try to get a drive in and some points before the half.
Well, I tell you what, the Grambling Tigers here, offensively, they want to try to punch this one in. And for Alcorn, you know, they kind of had their backs against the wall because a bad punt, and Grambling had the ball 1st down and 10 basically at the 35-yard line of Alcorn.
And they've chipped away and had a sack, and Cade was put down, but they're able to overcome that. And now with a 3rd down and a short one, the 2 wide receivers, one to both sides and a back. So you tend to think formation-wise they're going inside.
Verlin Hunter on the opposite side. Here's a give. 1st down and a whole lot more for Martez Carter. first and goal Tigers at the 4-yard line.
And you had to think offensively that they're saying it's going to be man-on-man and we're going to pick up a yard. But watch the explosion of Martez Carter. Gets the ball and he's got a burst of energy right at the line of scrimmage to pick up 7 yards.
Carter with 7 yards, and it's now first and goal for the Grambling State University Tigers. 4:20 and counting. Here's a snap. The give to Carter, spins out of a couple of tackles. What a tackle on the other side for Alcorn State University. And the Tigers now will have second down and goal.
One of the reasons they love Martez Carter, you saw it on those 2 plays. The first, he's able to burst and go between the tackles and pick up some hard yards. This time inside out, and is able to dance and still pick up 2 or 3 yards and then brought down heavily.
LaShawn Erie on the stop there for Alcorn State University. Single receivers of both sides. And Carter is stopped right at the line of scrimmage and a flag on the play. The head linesman throws the flag at about the 4-yard line. Coming up at halftime, both bands will be performing for this crowd here at Grambling State University.
Chop block, I think. Nice tackle by Darian Anderson.
Now, last week, Stan, in that game against Jackson State University, Coach Fobbs was upset at one of the calls for a chop block. He felt like the running back, which would have been Justin Kelly in that case, was in that 4-yard box that's given in order to make a block. They didn't see it like that, and that caused a penalty there.
Now, I did not hear the number who the guilty party was that time. Could have been a very similar situation.
Slot to the far side. That's Verlin Hunter to the outside, and then one receiver to the near side. Tigers facing a second down and goal. Ball is at the 9. Devontae Kincaid throws. Touchdown, Grambling State University. Nice throw there by Devontae Kincaid. That goes out to 83, Jordan Jones. Nice fake.
Jordan Jones, and we talked about dive, going in between the tackles, and you get those linebackers to react to that, and you're able to throw over the top of a nice pass on a better catch by Jones, his first touchdown of the season.
3:38 remaining here in the first quarter of play. The Tigers have now taken a 15-8 lead over Alcorn State University with 3:38 remaining here in the first quarter of play. I don't know what they call this here in the Tiger formation, but when you start everybody up to the near side, we used to call it Daffy Duck when we were growing up. Jonathan Wallace, low snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field with the score. The Grambling State University Tigers now on top 16-8. We'll take this timeout. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Stadium here on the campus of Grambling State University in the Piney Hills of North Louisiana. The Tigers are on top by the score of 16-8. They'll kick off to Alcorn State University. Stan, the Braves, they need a big push here, 3:38 remaining. And remember, the Tigers, if I'm not mistaken, will get the ball to start the second half. Here is the kick. It will come down to number 10, Marquise Warford at about the 5. He's up to the 10, 20. Warford still on his feet, and he gets all the way out to the 45, and it could be negated by a penalty back at the 32-yard line.
I think they're going to bring this back for a hold on the Braves. But Warford, a guy that we talked about in the open, has blazing speed. Yeah, it's going to be a whole big-time play. And you always feel if you're Alcorn, he's going to break one. Had a 100-yard kick return last season. Also had an 88-yard kick return. And there's a guy that you hold your breath if you're the opponent. You never know exactly what he may do.
Well, you know, when you look at Warford as a player, Stan, he is a very electric player. As a matter of fact, when you look at him on the season receiving, Warford is just one of those guys that you have to make sure that you keep an eye on him at all times.
Yeah, well, you know, a couple of reasons. 100-yard kickoff return. As we said earlier, 8 touchdowns of 30 yards or more last season. A guy that can do a lot of things. They'll return. He'll go inside. Very, very similar to what we see out of Martez Carter. I think these two guys are two of the preeminent backs in the SWAC.
As a matter of fact, Marquise Warford, here we're back to live action, and another flag is going to be on the field. Looks like Warford on the carry up to the 31-yard line. And a flag, it looks like a flag back at the 19. .320 remaining here in this second quarter of play. It's going to be a false start against Alcorn State University, and that backs them up 5 yards. And Stan, we just got done talking about Alcorn needed something big to happen. You had a big run by Warford that was called back. You had a nice run there, negated by a penalty there. So now 2 penalties have negated some big runs here for Alcorn State.
2 weeks ago in their very close win over Alabama State, this is an Alcorn team that had 13 penalties for 137 yards. And you're not going to win that way. You're not going to win. And they've got to find a way to cut down on the penalties and continue to have some positive plays.
Man in motion now for Alcorn State University, and that's going to be number 11, Jabarian McKenzie. Here is the quarterback back to pass, and it's going to be incomplete. And we're going to try to grab the head coach of the Grambling State University Tigers, Broderick Fobbs, going into the halftime locker room. And out there again, Lenore's Footman at quarterback there for the Alcorn State University Braves. So they're kind of having some dual threats here with Footman and also number 13, Noah Johnson.
Footman very, very lucky that time. There was pressure from his backside. McCray, among others, that were chasing him down. He's able to get rid of that football, which would have been a huge loss. But in this drive, a very important drive, Alcorn seems to be going backwards.
Double slot formation. Here's Footman back to pass. It's complete to the 20, out to the 25, to the 30. Nice move there by number 11, McKenzie, and he gets all the way to the 35-yard line. That's a first down for the Braves.
They really like Jabari and McKenzie. Little crossing route, similar to what they were trying to run a moment ago. This time takes it deep enough for a nice catch. You're in trouble and you're able to get a first down. Jabari and McKenzie with a huge catch and play.
16 catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown on the season for McKenzie coming into the ball game. Here is Footman with the pass out of bounds. And I don't know who he was really trying to get the ball to. It looked like a miscommunication on that particular play, as it looked like he was maybe trying to get number 83, Ladarian Davis. And that will bring up second down and 10 for the Braves. 2:25 remaining, 16-8 the score. Tigers are on top here in this epic battle between these two teams. 3 receivers in a bunch formation to the top of your screen, 1 receiver at the bottom. Back to pass is Footman, steps up, overthrows the receiver and nearly picked off on the other side off of the rebound there, and that was looks like, let's see, is it 34? Wofford was the intended receiver.
And you can see him streaking down the field on a seam route. This ball just a little too high. He's got to go up high. Wofford only goes about 5'10". If he was 6 feet tall, he'd have been able to make that catch. But Alcorn very lucky that ball was not intercepted.
Joseph McWilliams trying to get his hands on it for the Grambling State University Tigers. And now it's a slot formation to the top of your screen, 1 receiver to the bottom for Alcorn State. Man in motion now. Footman back for the Braves. And this is not going anywhere. The Grambling defense doing a great job of swarming the running back to Lance Turner. And the Braves will lose yards on this play.
Well, you ask your defensive backs to be able to read plays, recognize, and then respond. The screen has been successful a little bit for Alcorn that time. Slow in developing, and a nice job by Devontae Johnson to recognize this and be one of the first guys on the play to break this up and force Alcorn into a 4th down situation, 4th and long.
Timeout on the field, charged to, I want to say this is going to be charged to the Grambling Tigers. 1:51 remaining, and now the Tigers are going to come back and be able to, come back and get the football.
Yeah, but they're going to do this without any timeouts remaining. So Coach Fobbs, because that pass was complete, decided to use a timeout to make certain that they can force a punt out of Alcorn, and then they'll be in their hurry-up offense, which is something they're accustomed to doing anyway. Get in their hurry-up offense and try to get some more points on the board this final 1:51.
One of the things that the Grambling offense practices on during the week is they're able to do that 2-minute offense, and what they tell everybody is to try to make sure that if you get the ball, try to get out of bounds, whether you're running the ball, whether you're catching the ball, get over to the outer third of the field to make sure that you can stop the clock.
Now, this is a team that scored 6 touchdowns this season, 2 minutes or less, so certainly you're accustomed to it, and that's a wise decision. I know, I don't mean to be personal, but I know you Cowboy fans would have wished your guy had done that a couple of weeks ago and gotten out of bounds. But it's a very good teaching point, especially latter parts of ball games.
Here's a punt coming up here for Alcorn State University. Martez Carter will catch the ball, and looks like right at about the 31-yard line. Make that the 33-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10. And so the Tigers, with 1:44 remaining in the second quarter of play, will have the ball at their own 33-yard line. And remember, they get the ball back to start the second half.
Devontae Kincaid, this is where his leadership really comes in. And you talked about it a moment ago about the Arizona game. Had he been able to play the second half, what could have happened? He's a chance to make some smart plays, use his sidelines.
And Chad Williams gets out of bounds after a catch of about 5, maybe 6 yards. And it stops the clock with 1:40 left in the first half.
But that's a nice play. Take the snap out of shotgun, quick 3-step drop, make a catch, get out of bounds, make it manageable. Now you've got a 2nd and 5.
And here's Kincaid back to pass. He's scrambling, trying to find someone open. Goes to the sideline, and he has Chad Williams once again. It's going to be a 1st down for the Tigers.
My goodness, Chad. I'm telling you what, Chad Williams continues to amaze. Watch the velocity on this pass by Kincaid. Scrambles, keeps the play alive with his legs, and just dart. And he just reaches down very casually, makes the catch, and steps out of bounds. 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 1:29 to go.
Kincaid back to pass once again, looking to his right, now back to the left. He has Martez Carter at the 50, stays on his feet, goes to the 45, and gets out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Nice move there by Martez Carter, about a yard shy of the 1st down, but stops the clock with 1:20.
Watch this move right here. I'm just going to sit back and let you enjoy this. Catch, whoop, spinorama, gets away from Hearns, who's a very sure tackler. Out of bounds, 1st and 10 Tigers. Or close to it, 2nd down and 2.
Kincaid back to pass, looking, stays on his feet, and he's going down at the 46, make this the 47-yard line.
One of the few times that Grambling, the Grambling offensive line not able to hold off Alcorn, Brantley and Henderson among the guys to make the tackle.
There's an official's timeout, and an Alcorn State University Braves slow to get up. Right at around the 49-yard line. You know, we're talking about Chad Williams coming into this ball game, leading the conference, averaging over 140 yards a game.
You've got some guys. You've got a lot of firepower in this ball game with Chad Williams and Martez Carter, certainly for Grambling. And then we've talked ad nauseum about what Wofford's able to do. And again, you look at Johnson, who's had limited minutes there, is the number 5 passer in the SWAC. So a lot of big numbers offensively, yet we've got a 16-8 ball game. The big plays have come on the defensive side of the ball.
And I think that's one of the signature things about both of these teams is what they do on defense. Coming up limping for Alcorn State University, looks like Stacy Garner, the defensive end, coming off of the field. And the Tigers will have 3rd down and 5 at about the 48-yard line. Kincaid back to pass. Nice cover by Alcorn State, man-to-man defense. Kincaid still on his feet. He'll take off the ball and finally get out of bounds And they're going to call him out at about the 43, maybe the 42-yard line.
And that's where they miss Garner being out a moment ago. Garner from his end position maybe could have pressured Kincaid a little bit more. Kincaid's able to get the first down, using the clock wisely with 49 seconds. Plenty of time if you're an Alcorn player. The one thing you got to think about is when are they going to try to go deep if they will.
Spoke about Michael Hearns earlier, second in the conference in tackles, or I should say in total tackles, or average 10 a game. And this pass goes out to Martez Carter across the 40-yard line. Well, right at the 40-yard line of about a 2-yard gain. 38 seconds remaining here in the first half of play, and they're really going to have to move. Alcorn trying to make a stop here, not allowing Grambling to get down the field.
Got to hurry if you're Grambling. 2nd down and 8.
Here's Devontae Kincaid back to pass, looking, and then, incomplete to Chad Williams, and that stops the clock with 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
And you got to think, if you're Grambling, that you got to go deep. We have not attempted a kick this year, so trying to get about another 20, 25 yards of field goal range probably is out of the question, I think, with the time situation, especially with no timeouts remaining.
3 receivers to the far side, which is to the top of the screen for the Grambling State University Tigers. Here on 3rd down and 8.
You cannot take a sack if you're Kincaid.
Throw it away, probably. Here's Kincaid back to pass. Looking. Dominique Leake fumbles the ball, and it will be down at the 30-yard line. Flag on the play. And with 12 seconds left, we'll have to see what that penalty is.
Probably is going to be a hold. From where the flag was tossed. Trent Scott, left tackle we talked about earlier today, number 78. Again, trying to protect your quarterback.
Talk about Trent Scott, not only a very good offensive lineman, but also someone very good in the classroom as well. Mass communication major. And Coach Fobbs looking at, he's going to send the punt team out, it looks like, with 12 seconds remaining.
If you're Alcorn, you stay away from this kick. And if you're Grambling, you get the kick off. No mistakes, no blocks, no turnovers, no mistakes on this play.
Jonathan Wallace standing at his own 45-yard line. 12 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And this kick is away, and it will go into the end zone. With 4 seconds left. And if you're the Braves, you'll probably just come out and kneel on the football and send it into the locker room, down 16-8. One of the things that's been very impressive about Alcorn State University, for the most part, Stan, they have done extremely well in their cover defense when you're looking at their man-to-man. Remember, last year they ran a lot more zone, mixing in a little bit of man, but this year they're doing more man defense, and they've done very well making Kincaid having to scramble and receivers having to get open.
Eric Foster and Hearns at the back are DeAndre Smith, Ely, Nick Brown, really good covered defensive backs. And Grambling's really not taking a lot of shots. They had the one shot early where they were able to get something out of it and get the touchdown. Then they had to play in the fumble. So it's been an interesting first half.
Absolutely. That is the end of the first half. We've had some exciting football here at Eddie G. Robinson Stadium. The Tigers on top of Alcorn State University by the score of 16-8 as we get ready for a halftime. Stay tuned for an exciting halftime. Let's go down to Jasher with Coach Fobbs.
All right, Coach Fobbs, a couple of turnovers in the first half. Your thoughts so far on the first half?
Well, it was sloppy by us. It's all some reason we got to get turnover situation right away. We're sloppy on offense. We're putting the ball off. We're not lining up. We got to do a much. That's terrible.
You've seen 2 quarterbacks in the first half. What do you tell your team at the break about both of them?
Well, we're in the ball game and we're winning the ball game, and it's 2 halves to the ball game. So we have to play better the second half, much better, if we want to come out on top.
Good luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, thanks a lot. That's head coach Broderick Fobbs joining us here on our halftime report as he gets ready to go in the locker room. And you can tell Stan he is not happy. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. We'll take this time out. When we come back, we'll get you some halftime numbers. Also, you're going to get a chance to see two great bands in the conference. We'll take this time out. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
The archives of historically black college football have been preserved on the campus of Livingstone College since the first game was played there in 1892. The birthplace of that original contest etched in stone and guarded by the school's ever-present Blue Bear mascot. During that inaugural game, players donned hand-fashioned uniforms and homemade cleats. As snow drifted onto the gridiron crafted on the school's front lawn, the teams fought through two 45-minute halves on that cold December afternoon, with Biddle College, now Johnson C. Smith University, being declared the winner 5-0. Playing for nothing more than the love of the game, the original cast, including Livingstone's J.W. Walker and W.J. Trent and Biddle College's Charles Shute, launched the dream of HBCU football. Since those early decades, the game has been infused with greatness by legendary names. Robinson, Payton, Rice, Strahan, and countless others have continued to craft the vision. And after nearly 125 years, the gridiron revolution continues as their descendants vie for a championship on a national stage. The prize, a trophy that represents a dream molded with endurance, sweat, and sacrifice, and the honor of being called national champions. Who will earn the right to battle for that prize in the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl this December?
Thank you for bridging the gap so that I can further my education at the place where everybody is somebody.
Thank you, and thank you for believing that I can succeed in all that I do.
Thank you for investing in my development on and off the field.
Now,
let's do it again.
Bigger and better than before. Let's support our university through the 10 for 10 challenge today.
Come on, Grandpa. We know we can count on you to support GSU. Go Tigers.
It's simple. Donate $10 or more today and challenge 10 friends to do the same.
Who here wouldn't consider driving a hybrid? No. You. Why?
I heard hybrids drive like golf carts. I need more power.
The all-new RAV4 hybrid has 194 net horsepower. Don't blow a gasket, just trust the math.
Well, good, because I can't stand needy cars.
Well, this little beauty don't even need to be plugged in to charge. So how's that for independent? So I'm gonna ask you again. Why wouldn't you?
The all-new RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Welcome back here on the SWAC Digital Network. The Grambling State University Tigers on top of Alcorn State University, 16-8 here at halftime. Stan, when you look at your top players that we looked at the beginning of the ball game, how are they faring so far?
The guys have done a really nice job in getting the football and making some plays early in the ball game. Marquise Watford had a great catch and took it down, and we expected that. He's got a lot of versatility getting the ball to him in kick return situations. You see, on this season, only just the 87-yard rush, and he's more versatile if you can get him in open space. Today they've used him as a pass receiver. So I'm pretty happy with what Watford's done also as a kick returner. And then you look at Eric Foster. And with Eric Foster, he's a guy that just comes in and kind of dominates the football game. And we've seen that a couple of times already today. And we're looking at Watford's numbers a moment ago. Hasn't really done anything as far as running the football, but the 2 catches for 4 yards and then return yards 3 times for 71 yards. So I give Watford a nice A so far. We're at an institution, so we'll give them a good A. And then you're going back to Foster. Foster's been on a couple of hits, been around the football a lot. They're giving him credit for only 2 tackles right now. But what he does is provides an anchor for this Alcorn State team. Remember, he was involved in the big play on the turnover early in the ball game to establish some kind of defensive credibility for the Braves. So I think Foster, along with Watford, have done a very solid job in the first half.
All right, we're going to take a short timeout. When we come back, you'll get a chance to look at the world-famed Tiger Marching Band live from here at Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back on the SWAC Digital Network.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back here on the campus of Grambling State University. The Grambling Tigers on top 16-8, and the GSU Tiger Marching Band on the field. And Stan, when you look at some of the Grambling players that we highlighted earlier on, they've done pretty well.
I tell you what, Martez Carter has not disappointed. 8 times he's carried the football for 25 yards, but he's been excited. Remember that little stutter-steppy move he had in the receptions? Also picked up 5 catches for 31 yards and then the 1 touchdown. One guy that is not on our board that we should talk about is Chad Williams. Has done a great job catching the ball, running some good routes. Defensively, man, I'm going to tell you what. You got to love the Grambling defense. They come out and they're not afraid to stick you. Stallworth, Hatter, Dixon, and my man Arquez Cooper. Cooper involved in 5 tackles, had a pass deflection, has been around the football. And what they've done is a really nice job in controlling this Alcorn offense, which came into the season was the number 2 scoring team in the conference. Held them to only 8 points, and really they didn't score those 8 points. and only 49 yards of total offense. So a really solid, rushing, I should say, a solid job defensively led by Arquez Cooper.
Well, I tell you what, it has been an interesting first half of play. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to go right here to the Grambling Marching Band live here at Eddie G. Robinson Stadium. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for bridging the gap so that I can further my education at the place where everybody is somebody.
Thank you, and thank you for believing that I can succeed in all that I do.
Thank you for investing in my development on and off the field.
Now, let's do it again.
Bigger and better than before. Let's support our university through the 10 for 10 challenge today.
Come on, Grandpa. We know we can count on you to support GSU. Go Tigers.
It's simple. Donate $10 or more today and challenge 10 friends to do the same.
The archives of historically black college football have been preserved on the campus of Livingstone College since the first game was played there in 1892. The birthplace of that original contest etched in stone and guarded by the school's ever-present Blue Bear mascot. During that inaugural game, players donned hand-fashioned uniforms and homemade cleats. As snow drifted onto the gridiron crafted on the school's front lawn, the teams fought through two 45-minute halves on that cold December afternoon, with Biddle College, now Johnson C. Smith University, being declared the winner 5-0. Playing for nothing more than the love of the game, the original cast, including Livingstone's J.W. Walker and W.J. Trent and Biddle College's Charles Shute, launched the dream of HBCU football. Since those early decades, the game has been infused with greatness by legendary names. Robinson, Payton, Rice, Strahan, and countless others have continued to craft the vision. And after nearly 125 years, the gridiron revolution continues as their descendants vie for a championship on a national stage. The prize, a trophy that represents a dream molded with endurance, sweat, and sacrifice, and the honor of being called national champions. Who will earn the right to battle for that prize in the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl this December?
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Who here wouldn't consider driving a hybrid? No. You. Why?
I heard hybrids drive like golf carts. I need more power.
The all-new RAV4 hybrid has 194 net horsepower. Don't blow a gasket, just trust the math.
Well, good, because I can't stand needy cars.
Well, this little beauty don't even need to be plugged in to charge. So how's that for independent? So I'm gonna ask you again. Why wouldn't you?
The all-new RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for bridging the gap so that I can further my education at the place where everybody is somebody.
Thank you, and thank you for believing that I can succeed in all that I do.
Thank you for investing in my development on and off the field.
Now, let's do it again.
Bigger and better than before. Let's support our university through the 10 for 10 challenge today.
Come on, Grandpa. We know we can count on you to support GSU. Go Tigers.
It's simple. Donate $10 or more today and challenge 10 friends to do the same.
Welcome back here to the SWAC Digital Network. Let's go over some scores real quick before the second half kickoff, which Grambling will receive. Stan, when you look at some of these scores, 2 games at halftime, our game in Southern. Southern right now on top of Alabama A&M 35-14.
Southern they're Southern.
Yeah.
Can you talk about Southern down here? I'm up here at Grambling. I mean, I don't.
Well, you can talk about them to a point. You know, some people would say if you talk about them too much, you know, they probably would escort you off campus.
I'm certain of that. So let's just say that they're ahead at halftime looking for their second win in conference. How about that?
Absolutely. Texas Southern on top of Alabama State 6-3 in the second quarter. 2 finals from earlier today. Jackson State gets their first win of the season. They win 32-20, and Prairie View beats Mississippi Valley 56-21. Second half kickoff comes down to Grambling State University. Martez Carter fumbles it out of bounds at the 12-yard line. So not exactly great field position to start the third quarter for the Grambling Tigers.
No, it's not been. And you look at something, just playing with numbers. In the last 5 games between Alcorn and Grambling, the team that's led at halftime has won 3 out of those 5 ball games. So something good to think about if you're a Tiger fan. And congratulations to Coach Hughes at Jackson State for their bounce-back win after losing to Grambling. And you kind of expected Pine Bluff to maybe have a hard game after their emotional win over Alcorn last week as we go.
And here is the give here on first down and 10 for the Grambling State University Tigers. Gets up to about the 16, 17-yard line. And that's Martez Carter on the carry.
Interesting, the comments. Jasper was talking to Coach Fobbs, and the thing that, came in my mind, one word, sloppy.
Yeah.
Turnovers, we didn't line up, we had too many penalties, and they've certainly got to clean that up in the second half. A very explosive team, that of the Braves of Alcorn State.
Yeah, Coach Fobbs not very happy during that halftime interview. Here's a throw as Kincaid gets rid of it. Verlin Hunter across the 25 to the 30, 35 up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. First down, Tigers.
When Kincaid's been able to stay in the pocket and stand up, even though he gets pressure there and hits, he delivers a very clean football. Great outstanding receivers and another good catch this time by Verlin Hunter.
First catch of the ballgame for Verlin Hunter. Here is Kincaid trying to get out of trouble, and he's going down at the 40-yard line, 41-yard line, almost the original line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard on the play. There's something that Coach Fobbs talks about a lot with Kincaid is that make sure that if you're getting into a little trouble, throw the ball out of bounds if you're outside of the tackle box. Don't take a sack.
And sees pressure, gets to the outside, nowhere to go. Got to get rid of that football. But a good job that time by Darian Anderson, not letting him turn the corner and forcing into a long second down situation.
Double slot Chad Williams going up the field before he got his hands on the football. That brings up third down. And Coach Fobbs said during the interview going into the locker room that, putting the ball on the ground, mistakes with penalties, drop balls, all of those things, he was not happy. I imagine that there was some conversation about that in the locker room at halftime. Here's Kincaid back to pass, looking here on third down and long, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Chad Williams again, and that brings up fourth down here, and the punt team going out into the field.
And not a good start to second half. Grambling 1 out of 5, now 1 out of 6 on third down conversions, and we've seen this play a couple of times. They've had success with the out route and just not able to watch the ball in the hands, and possibly good field position now for the first possession for the Braves of Alcorn State.
Martez Carter coming off of the field. He may have a cramp there as the trainer looks at him. Here is the punt by Jonathan Wallace. And it will come down at the 29-yard line of Alcorn State University. And so that's where Alcorn begins their drive, first down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And you notice that time the return man, Collins Moore, caught the ball to 29, the 30-yard line. I think they're going to spot him just short of the 30 as opposed to letting it bounce. And we saw a couple times in the first half where they let balls that hit about the 30, 25-yard line, roll another 5, 10, maybe even 15 yards, putting Alcorn in a disadvantaged field position. This is much better field position to start the second half.
First down and 10 for the Braves now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. 3 receivers set here for the Braves. A slot at the bottom of your screen for the Braves. And here's the throw. Nice open field tackle, but not before picking up about 8 yards on first down. And when you have second down and 1, second and 2, it puts your offense in a much better position.
Oh, the play calling by Fred Keisel will be much easier. A little play fake inside, and Japari McKenzie with a nice little catch, a nice little easy pass, catch, and throw.
Second down and 2 here for Alcorn State. Here's the give to the running back on a little sweep. And that's going to, looks like it's going to be number 10, Warford.
Wofford coming off of an injured shoulder he had in the first game against Bethune-Cookman, the rain-out game. But a nice block to the outside that time by Ibram. And then just speed, a little stiff arm. Grambling easily could have been called for a late hit out of bounds. Not going to get the flag, but a first down nonetheless for the Braves of Alcorn State.
First down and 10 for the Braves. 3 receivers set, 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Here's Footman with the handoff. He gets it to the running back. And what a run there. That's going to be number 36, it looks like, Aaron Baker on the carry. And that's another Alcorn State University first down.
And we talked in the first half about Aaron Baker, the second running back for this Alcorn team. Is really a power guy. Almost 400 yards rushing last year, 9 touchdowns. Doesn't mind going between the tackles for the dirty work. A nice pickup and gain.
And Aaron Baker once again getting the call on first down and 10, gets 3 yards and just falling forward basically. And it's now second down, and let's call it 8 now for Alcorn State University.
Baker had 40 yards on 6 carries in the first half, which led Alcorn State.
And the Tigers right now on defense, backing up a little bit with the running game. Bunch trips to the top of the screen. Here is the quarterback. Footman back to pass, looking, and he throws it away. Great defense there by the Grambling Tigers. Closed off all of the lanes and really forced the quarterback to the outside, had to throw the ball away.
Donovan McCrary, number 91, puts a lot of pressure again, and for the second or third time, the quarterbacks have had to scramble to get out of the pocket. No intentional grounding outside of the tackle box, and the ball passes the line of scrimmage.
Tigers doing a great job in containment on Footman.
Alcorn 2 of 7 in the first half on third down conversions.
Here's Footman back to pass. And that ball is batted down. Nice job for the Grambling State University Tigers. That's going to be number 93, Brandon Varner, batting the ball down at the line of scrimmage, and that brings up fourth down for the Tigers.
And you see the defense, the front line, they'll show you a 3-man, then maybe a 4. They rush with 4. Brandon Varner in contain. They tell those linemen, push the pile, get your hands up, try to get a deflection. Varner, does exactly that.
They get to the GSU 40-yard line. And getting ready for the punt here for the Alcorn State University Braves. Here is the kick. And it bounces into the hands of the return man, and that looks like number 2 there, and that's going to be Verlin Hunter on the cover there, and it'll be first down and 10 here for the Grambling State University Tigers. We'll take this 1 minute time. We'll keep it right here. 16-8 the score, 11:29 remaining here in this third quarter of play. Tigers now will have the ball first down and 10 at their own 11-yard line. So, Stan, they don't start in the best of field position. They start on the 12-yard line in the first possession of the third quarter, now on the 11th. Here is Kincaid back to pass, and he gets it to the receiver out to the near side, and that's going to be number 83, Jordan Jones. And that'll bring up second down and 8.
Grambling's only averaged about 70 yards this season running the football, which is 9th best in the conference. And at some point in time, they're going to have to be able to pick up some yards on the ground. 15 attempts in the first one, only 13 yards. That's a nice pickup there.
Across the 20-yard line, and that's going to be close to a first down, about a yard or 2 shy. You know, I mentioned that to Coach Fobbs as you look at this play here on that last run. Great job.
Well, a nice little double team there, and it starts with Terry Boyd. He's able to make a block and then kind of come down the line of scrimmage and get a double team. But you've got to be able to establish some semblance of a run game to make the passing game much better.
Brooks on the carry. Here's the pass. Once again, it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. One of the big defensive linemen getting their big paws up to bat the ball down. Whittington batting the ball down for Alcorn State University, and the Tigers 3 and out. On that particular drive, they feature Lindemann Brooks at tailback. Here is the kick by Jonathan Wallace. Goes out of bounds right around the midfield stripe. Let's see where the official stops, and it's right around the 45-yard line. So the Tigers give Alcorn State University the ball back at the 45-yard line. And Stan, we talk about flipping the field where you start a team back deep in their own territory. Here, you give them the short field.
And now, if I'm Alcorn, I'm in positive territory. And this looks like it's going to be a game where you're going to have to grind it out to make a score unless there's an explosion play. I think I try to stretch the field now. One high safety, deep about 25 yards away. You're in man coverage. It's an opportunity to make some slant throws.
Here's the give to the running back. He gets across the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and out of bounds. First down, Alcorn on a big run, and that's once again going to be number 8, DeLance Turner on the carry.
Well, because you're in your space offensively, you're in man coverage, it gives you a chance. If you can break through the first line, you're going to have a nice run, and DeLance Turner gets a good block at the point of attack and is able to pick up about 20 yards on the play.
Alcorn State University in the red zone. Here's the give once again to DeLance Turner, and a couple of guys hitting Turner up high. He gets a yard on the play, and it'll be second down and 9.
Sometimes the reason plays are successful, and maybe also the way the player does things, but also the design of the play, the formation. A moment ago, 3 wide receivers to the outside gives you a lot of room inside. Turner, a very tough runner, is able to pick up some big yards. This time, gets hit, picks up a 1 yard, and then another flag down. Legal procedure, I think,
going to be
false on Alcorn.
And, you know, you look at the penalties in the first half, and, you know, only 3 penalties for 33 yards. You thought it'd be a few more than that. Already a penalty here for the Braves, and it backs them all the way up to about the 25-yard line, where it will be it'll be 2nd and 14.
Yeah, and the point that both coaches were very concerned with the number of penalties because they felt this was going to be an emotional game. 114 yards they averaged for Alcorn, which is worst or most penalized, I should say, in the conference. Done a good job today and not putting themselves behind the 8 ball.
Here is Footman back to pass, going deep, looking for the receiver, incomplete off the fingertips. It looks like of number 85, and that's would be Norlando Veals.
And Orlando Veals is another one of these guys that's a big play receiver, 6'3", about 195 pounds, plenty of time by Fodman. Throws a nice football here just to the outstretched hands of Veals.
And there was one-on-one coverage out there once again for the Grambling State University Tigers, and I believe out there was DeMonte Johnson.
Veals came up big in the game against Pine Bluff last week with 7 catches for a touchdown and 92 yards. It's a big third downer.
Here's Footman back to pass, and this one's going out to the wide receiver. That's going to be number 10, Marquise Warford, and he stopped in his tracks after a big loss on the play all the way back to the 29-yard line, and that brings up 4th down.
Great job of reading this by the defensive backs of Grambling State. May have thought they were trying to try something there, you know, maybe a trick or something, but nevertheless, Percy Cargo does a good job of reading the play and getting help from his teammates. And Alcorn, who's got a little bit better kicking game, McCullough has only attempted 1. I'll try this, or maybe I would think it's going to be a little pooch kick. Well, it's going to be about, 45, 50 yards?
45-yard field goal attempt if he kicks it from there. And there will be a timeout by Alcorn State University. We'll take this timeout. 8:52 remaining in this third quarter of play. 16-8 is our score. We'll be right back on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who here wouldn't consider driving a hybrid? No. You. Why?
I heard hybrids drive like golf carts. I need more power.
The all-new RAV4 hybrid has 194 net horsepower. Don't blow a gasket, just trust the math.
Well, good, because I can't stand needy cars.
Well, this little beauty don't even need to be plugged in to charge. So how's that for independent? So I'm gonna ask you again. Why wouldn't you?
The all-new RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium. A 45-yard field goal attempt by Corey McAuliffe coming up here for the Alcorn State University Braves. And, you know, we were talking about field goal kicking, and this is something that, you know, last season, a blocked extra point sealed the fate during the regular season for the Braves.
And that's something you got to be concerned about if you're Alcorn. The longer the kick, the lower the trajectory. Grambling guys could block this, scoop it, and score.
And here's the field goal try. It is up, and it is good from 45 yards out. And McCullough brings Alcorn State University within 5 points at 16-11 with 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play.
And he could have made that from 50, 53. Yeah. I mean, there's the look at that. That's 7-8 yards deep.
And so McCullough with a field goal will take this time out. With 8:45 remaining in the third quarter, 16-11, Grambling on top. We'll be right back on the SWAC Digital Network.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium. A big run back for the Grambling State University Tigers. And it'll be first down and 10 after a huge run back.
We talk about having special teams, and we saw a moment ago Alcorn gets on the board with the kick by McCullough. This time a nice return. And Grambling's in good field position. Again, you think about this as their third possession. This is the best field position they've had in the first half, or second half, I should say. Ball at the 41-yard line. 2 punts so far for the Grambling Tigers. They're at their own 41-yard line. And here is the give across the 40 to the 45. Wow, some real hitting going on in there. And you know what? This is one of those games, Stan, that you could just call a good old-fashioned slobber knocker up in the front. Well, you got to have these kind of ball games. Everybody was anticipating a 45, 50-point ball game. They're going in between the tackles, making some plays. And we also thought, and we're seeing that, the defensive guys, we talked about Hearns and Foster and Anderson, those linebackers for Alcorn State have stepped up and made some plays.
Second down and 5 now for the Grambling Tigers. Double slot formation. Here's Kincaid. Gets it to Chad Williams. Steps out of bounds after getting a first down at the 45-yard line of Alcorn.
And one of the few times that Alcorn has not really been able to defend that short play because of a second down and 5, second and manageable. Kincaid's able to step back. He's had a lot of success with the out route to Williams. Another reception. What's that, 8 for him today?
Yep. And now it's a double slot formation once again. Kincaid in the shotgun. Here is the give, this time to the running back. It's going to be number 6, Brooks. Gets across the 45 to about the 43-yard line, and it'll be second down. I tell you what, Stan, this Alcorn State University defense has really impressed me with the way that they have done some things in covering those receivers, and the front seven is really strong.
Really are. They came in the conference number 4 in total defense, and they don't really – they bend, but they don't break a lot.
Kincaid back to pass, wide open to Chad Williams. Alcorn State is saying incomplete, and that's what the official, the back judge, is saying incomplete. Chad Williams
Just as I was about to say, they don't break. They almost broke. A nice pass. How many times can we talk about the offensive lineman? Great protection in time for Kincaid. Another seam route. And the way he's reacting, I think the ball comes out on the backside.
And actually, that's going to be number
that's
8.
Dominic Leake,
Leake.
The ball's just a little bit, if it's thrown a second soon and a bit higher, you're talking 6 for Grambling, lower and late, and now you're in face with another third down.
3rd down and 7 now for Grambling. Here's a pass across the 40, out to about the 40, 35, and that's going to be enough for a Tiger first down. Nice job on the route there, and that was Devon Lindsay on the catch. Big play by Lindsay.
The quick slants, the out routes, the short passing game has given Grambling a lot of success. You need big yards on 3rd down. Devon Lindsay comes up with a nice catch to move those chains. His 4th reception of the season. Again, the different wide receivers, the variety in the offense there for Grambling is certainly an advantage right now.
Kincaid has to run for it. Goes across the 30, 25, and out of bounds inside the 25 at the 22-yard line. Kincaid's so dangerous with his feet, and he gets another first down for the Tigers.
And you see the tempo now beginning to pick up a little bit for Grambling State. Kincaid flushed out of the pocket this time, is able to pick up about 16 yards, gets the first down, moves those chains, came in having rushed the ball 16 times, a couple of touchdowns and 155 yards. Kincaid on the roll.
And a little sidestepping, trying to just get a couple yards down to about the 20-yard line. Chad Williams gets the catch. 3rd down, let's just say 3 yards on the reception, and it'll be 2nd down and about, we'll make it 8.
Interesting when you talk about this run game for Grambling. Kelly, Carter, and Kincaid have carried the ball 75 of 109 times in this game. Those 2 guys have carried the bulk of the load in the ground this game.
Kincaid with the throw. Catch, Verlin Hunter. Touchdown, Grambling State University. Tigers on top, 22-11.
A great drive when you needed to by Grambling State. Scott, Goins, Boyd, Waddell, Miller gives the quarterback plenty of time. The slant route. And Verlin Hunter, maybe the unsung receiver of the group that they feel could be as good, if not better maybe, than Chad Williams at 6'2", comes up with a big catch over the middle for the Grambling State touchdown.
Verlin Hunter, who had a lot of adversity that he faced last year. Dad passed away during the course of the season, had to leave the team for a couple of weeks. Here's the extra point try, up and good. Timeout on the field with the score. Grambling 23 and Alcorn State University 11 with 5:44 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll take this timeout. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
To be a champion, you must win. 10 teams strive, but on Judgment Day, only one can rise. December 3rd in Houston, Texas. Be a part of the experience at the 2016 Toyota SWAC Football Championship in NRG Stadium. A champion will rise. Visit www.swac.org for more information.
Back here to Eddie G. Robinson Stadium, the Grambling State University Tigers now taking a 23-11 lead here at High School Day 2016. And let's look at that touchdown again.
As much as we talk about Williams, Hunter is a very versatile receiver himself and a great job of protecting the quarterback. And there's a little slant to the inside. He was the inside receiver, and he's able to get his shoulders between himself and the defender. A nice job by LaShawn Ely of covering it. You can see Hunter at the top of your screen. Just finds the empty spot in the zone. Turns, catches, scores. Good play and good pass.
Here's a kickoff by Grambling State University. Comes down to Alcorn, and Alcorn will get the ball back. And a flag after the play is over with on the field, and we'll check and see what that's all about. And now we've got the official stopping play. There's a flag, and it was after the play was over with. And, you know, one of the things Coach Fobbs spoke about during his coaches show this past week was the importance of making sure that, you know, as the game continues to go on, especially if you're in the lead and you're trying to extend the lead, is that you have to make sure that the other team, you don't get baited and things like that and possibly get some kind of a post-play penalty. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct charged to Alcorn State University. All right, we're going to go down on the field here to Jasher Cox, who has got an update on the sideline. We'll go back to Jasher Cox here in just a second. First down and 10 here for the Alcorn State University Braves. Slide to the near side. One receiver to the top of the screen for the Braves. And again, there's offsetting penalties here for the Grambling Tigers. First down and 10 for Alcorn State University.
If you're Alcorn there, you have to focus. You had a nice drive. You got some points on the board, but Grambling answers back. And then you get a little pushing and shoving right now. Fortunately, you get the ball in decent position at the 30, but you've got to put together a solid drive.
Slide to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Here's a quarterback. Footman going deep, trying to find an open receiver, incomplete. And Footman was looking down the field, trying to find someone open, and got an injury. The Tiger was down the field. Let's go down the field to Jasher Cox for a sideline report.
All right, guys, quick injury update. Shane Whittington, linebacker for Alcorn State, limped off the field. Appears to be a knee injury. The trainer says he is doubtful to return. So, guys falling out on the defensive side of the ball, not a good sign.
All right, so you got a defensive player in Shea Whittington for Alcorn State University who is injured and will not be returning to the returning to the field. Shea Whittington is one of the big players there for Alcorn State. And now second down for the Braves. Double slot formation. Footman in the shotgun. Here is the give. Once again, a big run. That's going to be to number 36 once again for the Alcorn State University Braves. And that's Baker on the carry again.
And a moment ago, they had the little run-pass option. Footman overthrows his receiver. This time they spread you with two wide receivers to both sides, which empties the box just a little bit. You try to go up the middle with Baker.
And we've got whistles on the field. Timeout, Grambling State University. They'll come to the sideline to talk things over with Broderick Fobbs. We'll keep it right here. 5:11 remaining in the third quarter of play. 23-11 is the score. Tigers right now trying to extend some things. And, you know, in the SWAC conference call this week, Fred McNair said some things that, you know, really let you know that, you know, they really wanted to try to turn things around, especially on the defensive side. One of the things that he did speak about was the fact that he wanted the guys in the secondary to be a lot more disciplined. As you know, a quarterback last week from Pine Bluff over 500 yards throwing in that game there. But the other thing that he did talk about was he wanted to make sure that they cut down on the number of mistakes that they made on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, they're averaging just shy of 300 yards in the air. And you would not think with a team that can score as much as Alcorn has over the past couple of years that your poorest defense would be on the pass side. But they've got to be able to screw this up. And you've got to be mentally there. And, again, both teams have been guilty of some errors of, I would like to say, of commission where they're trying to make some plays and have been costly penalties. But if you're Alcorn now, faced with a third down and a short two, find a way to get this first down, keep this drive, get some momentum. And probably that's what Coach Fobbs was trying to tell his defensive guys.
You saw Everett Todd, the defensive coordinator, in your shot there, getting after his defensive lineman because of some big runs there. Third down and 2 now for Alcorn State University.
A lot of options for Alcorn right now in this situation.
Footman looking, getting the ball out to DeLance Turner. Turner gets across the midfield stripe, fumble on the play, ball is on the ground, and it goes back to the Grambling Tigers. And once again, Alcorn State University with an opportunity to make something happen. And we got a player down on the field for the Grambling State University Tigers.
You got to protect the football. You expect a hit, and that's just a nice bit of contact.
Injured Grambling player, 91, Donovan McCray, limping off the field.
It was Donovan McCray that came off the field. Couldn't quite tell exactly who that was with the first contact that caused a fumble. To look at that again. But got the first down, kind of protect the ball there, and then you see coming in to clean up the play. There's a nice play that time by Rockwell, excuse me.
That was going to be Joseph McWilliams with the initial hit on that play. And now Grambling has the ball, first down and 10. Gets across the 45 to about the 46.
And see now, if you're Grambling, it's important to try to move the clock a little bit, have positive plays on first down. Only picked up about 1, maybe 2 yards on that particular play, but you want to try to use your clock management, and the short passing game has been so successful. You try to get that done with Williams or maybe Hunter.
Here is the run by Kincaid, 45-40, 35-30. Kincaid sidestepping a tackler, getting all the way down to the 25-yard line, and it's another Tiger first down.
The versatility of Devontae Kincaid, making the right decisions. As we said, the third leading ball carrier on this football team, just sees it, will stutter step, gets enough yards, gets the first down, and goes down softly, doesn't take a big hit.
Chad Williams on the catch, making something happen. He's going all the way back across the field. Nice block. Williams, 20, 15, 10. Gets all the way inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line and about the 6, and that's another first down.
I thought Watford's play early in the ball game, the little stutter step, was an amazing play. How about Chad Williams here? Goes across the field, gets a convoy of blocks right here, stutter steps, and then takes a hit and then leans forward for another 3 yards. What a play by Williams.
First down and goal now. 3 receivers set. Here is the give. Oh, Kincaid fakes everybody out and keeps the ball. Touchdown, Grambling State University. He faked the give, kept it himself, ran right over the left side. Touchdown, Grambling. It's now 29-11.
When you're running the read option, you've got to make certain that you get the tackle. He keeps it into the mesh point, pulls it out. Good job of carrying out the fake that time by Carter. And very easily, there's your fake, your dive, pulls it out at the right moment, freezes the defender, and there's a huge hole. Another great job by the offensive line, and Kincaid waltzes into the end zone.
And here's the extra point try. It's up, and it's no good. Well, Kincaid had 2 huge runs. And you can see this extra point try once again. The hold was solid. It seemed like that he just kind of hit the ball fat a little bit and went a little bit off to the right. 29-11 the score, 3:36 remaining here in this third quarter of play. We'll take this timeout on the field with Grambling on top, 29-11. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Memorial Stadium. The Grambling State University Tigers now on top by the score of 29-11, 3:36 remaining in this third quarter of play. Here's a kickoff. It comes down to Alcorn State at the 15, out to the 20, 25, 30. He's got a lane, 40, out to the 45, and guess what? A nice run by Warford out to the 45-yard line.
Tell you what, we've seen some big play guys, and Warford only goes about 5'10", 185, 190 pounds. It's last year's SWAC newcomer of the year, and just finds various ways to make plays. Not afraid. He's got great speed to the outside, and once again puts Alcorn in very good field position, and they really need to get some points on the board.
Man in motion for Alcorn, now trips to the far side. Here is the give. Once again, that's going to be number 36, Aaron Baker, and he gets a first down for Alcorn at the Grambling 40-yard line.
When you're spreading the field as much as Alcorn has begun to, you've got to match that if you're Grambling. Fred Keiss is doing a nice job with the read option, getting the ball in the right player's hands.
And a run once again, this time again by Baker. Doesn't get anything on that play. Grambling was ready for it. And Alcorn really trying to up the tempo. Second down and 10 now at the Grambling 40-yard line. Footman with the catch and a fumble on the play. And I think they're going to say incomplete. Talk about a sigh of relief if you're head coach Fred McNair and the Alcorn State University coaching staff.
Freeze the defenders, and that's a great look there because you can see the defenders are frozen and the ball just bounces. It almost is an Alcorn catch, nearly a Grambling interception, but falls harmlessly to the Robinson Stadium field.
And that will make it a third down and 10 situation here for the Braves. 4 receivers set. Footman back to pass. Looking incomplete. Nice job defensively for Takavian Rockwell. The defensive back did a great job of breaking up that pass.
And Rockwell's had a couple of big plays in the last few moments. Forced a fumble a second ago. This time again in man pressure. Again, just a nice pass. You've got to lead the receiver just a little bit. Receiver open. Rockwell does a nice job getting his hand in there and knocking that away. And to show you how good this Grambling defense has been so far, the last 2 seasons, Alcorn scored over 30 points 22 times. They're struggling right now to get to 11. A really solid job by the Grambling defense.
And it's a punt here that barely gets away after a high snap. Bounces on the field at Eddie G. Robinson Stadium and rolls dead at the 10-yard line. So the Tigers will take over first down and 10 with 2:32 remaining in the third quarter at their own 10-yard line. And when you really look back at some of the field position for Grambling State University here in this ball game, Stan, it hasn't been the best in this whole game. You look back, they did have a couple of them. It was pretty good. They were started at the GSU 9 back in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, GSU 12. Back-to-back drives inside the 20, one at the 12 and then the 11. And then now they're at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, but what they have done is either they've had to drive the last 2 times and scored, or either they've been able to flip the field early in the ball game.
And this pass to the feet of Verlin Hunter.
And the one thing you've got to start thinking about with this lead, if you're Grambling, is how to become effective offensively and yet run the clock. First down, incomplete pass only goes to help Alcorn State.
First down and second down and 10 now for the Grambling State University Tigers. Here's Kincaid, thought about passing, takes off with it across the 5 to the 10, 15, puts on a move, out to the 20, takes on a tackler out to the 20-yard line, and no flag there for a tackle out of bounds. Just some hard play there by the defensive player, number 25, Eric Foster. And you talk about an aggressive football player in Foster.
Watch Foster here, sets him down, tried to break him down, just gets to the outside, just a good move coming right there. And takes him and rides him out of bounds. I think they're going to mark him just past the 20, maybe the 21-yard line, just enough for the first down for GSU.
Double slot formation once again. Verlin Hunter, the inside slot to the top of your screen. Here is Chad Williams out to the 20, to the 25, ducks a tackler and gets to the 26. 2:09 remaining here in this third quarter. And so far, I tell you what, Stan, one thing that Alcorn does not want to do, as good as their defense is, you do not want them on the field a long time where they just start getting worn down.
Well, you got 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and Grambling looks like they're getting a groove offensively.
And here's a run here. Gets a first down.
And these plays, like you said, they wear you down physically, they wear you down emotionally, and they continue to take time off the clock. And you can't keep talking enough about it, but the offensive line, there's Goins right there, number 52, does a really nice job of setting a pace. William Waddell, who's the youngster of this bunch.
That'll bring up a first down and 10 here. Here's Kincaid back to pass, gets it out to Verlin Hunter across the 35, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 39, maybe the 38-yard line. And the Tigers are really trying to hurry up and get things back to the line of scrimmage. 57 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play. Coach McNair always talks about the fourth quarter is the deciding quarter. Doesn't matter what you've done up until then. If you haven't dug yourself too much of a hole, you got a chance. Here is Devontae Kincaid. Escapes pressure. Nice seal block on the opposite side, and Kincaid gets a first down. And it's another first down for the Tigers.
Second and long. You get the quarterback in a scramble situation. Push him to the outside. Nice block there by Justin Miller, and it gives you just enough for the first down. Clock stops to get out of bounds to get the clock restarted for the down and distance, and off you go if you're Grambling State. They're just going to wind this clock down, maybe not even get another play off in the third quarter.
11 seconds. They're not going to run another play here. They're going to go to the fourth quarter and get ready for that. And so these teams have already played 45 minutes of football, and you can see both sides coming together and signifying fourth quarter. The Tigers right now on top of Alcorn State University 29-11. We'll take this timeout. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for bridging the gap so that I can further my education at the place where everybody is somebody.
Thank you, and thank you for believing that I can succeed in all that I do.
Thank you for investing in my development on and off the field.
Now,
let's do it again.
Bigger and better than before. Let's support our university through the 10 for 10 challenge today.
So come on, Grandpa. We know we can count on you to support GSU. Go Tigers.
It's simple. Donate $10 or more today and challenge 10 friends to do the same.
Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Stadium here on the campus of Grambling State University. The Tigers right now on top of Alcorn 29-11, and this is where you have to dig in deep. Stan, if you're Alcorn, first down and 10. You got to find a way here to stop the Grambling Tigers in order to try to get the ball back and make some things happen.
Got to see what Cedric Thomas, defensive coordinator of the Braves, can dial up right now. They've let him off the hook a couple of times on some third and short situations.
And here again, there's Devontae Kincaid. Nice catch there. And out of bounds to Chad Williams at about the 45-yard line, a yard shy of a first down. And so, again, you put yourself in position if your defense, now it's second and short.
But Chad Williams does a really great thing. He runs a deep route, then he comes back to get the football. They're going to give him just about 8.5, 9 yards. But so many times receivers, when they see their quarterback scrambling, will either stand there or continue to run down the field. Williams goes down and then comes back. Therefore, you get the catch.
Ooh. Wow, Verlin Hunter gets rocked at midfield, a loss of about 4 or 5 yards on that play. And I don't know who got the worst of that one. Now on the field, number 23, DeAndre Smith. He really had a good hit on Verlin Hunter, but I think he got the worst of that one. Let's take a look at
this play. DeAndre Smith goes about 160, 170 pounds, and he comes in like he's lit. Bam. And that's, you talk about a fundamentally sound tackle. You're not going to get better than that. Verlin Hunter's about 6'2", 200, very solid leg. Kind of bounces off. Watch this again. Hunter very lucky to hold on to the football.
Seems like one or two things could have happened. He either knocked the wind out of himself on the way down. Seems like what could have happened, or got him right in between the shoulder.
Yeah.
He got a little shoulder.
Got a little stinger,
right
yeah, maybe so.
Take a look at that play one more time. Solid tackle, though. Right there.
Yeah, and when he did get up, you saw him kind of shaking off that right shoulder. And those are the kind of plays that'll sting now and be sore tomorrow.
Oh yeah, when you get up, you'll be a little bit sore. There's no question about that. And the official stops play and says to run the clock.
But those are the type of plays, if you're Alcorn, you've got to have. You've got to have that big explosion defensive play, a solid tackle, get Grambling off the field, and get your offense back on the field.
Remember, Grambling started at their own 10-yard line. Here's Kincaid, off the hands of number 8, Dominique Leak.
That's got to be about the 5th or 6th time today where receivers for the Tigers have had balls in their hands and not able to hold on to them. A little jet route gets to the outside and just not concentrating and making that catch. And Dominique Leak is a better receiver than that. That's one he'll look at tape tomorrow and wish he had back.
Yeah, you spoke about when you speak about looking at tape, that was just right off his fingertips. All right, getting ready for the punt here from Jonathan Wallace. Wallace gets away an end-over-end kick that will hit. And it will be fielded by number 19, Collins Moore, at about the 11-yard line. And so that's where Alcorn State University will take over, is at their own 11-yard line. And once again, doing a great job of getting some poor field position to Alcorn State University. And, you go back, and that's one of the things that you start looking at when you're looking at field position. And, just kind of going back and you look at things. Alcorn State University, they've also had some challenges with field position, because Jonathan Wallace has put the ball in some great field and great position. And so now they got to turn things around here. Here's the give. They get out of some trouble here, out to about the 19-yard line on first down, and the run by number 36, Aaron Baker.
Yeah, Baker's had a really solid game, as you see Alcorn kind of pick up the pace a little bit.
Once again, Baker on the carry across the 20, gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
And he really shows a lot of change of pace. You see Watford getting in the open space, his speed. Baker, kind of a quick guy as well, goes in between the tackles, can make a play. And this is a promising drive so far for the Braves.
Arquez Cooper and also Darius Christmas coming into the ballgame. Trips to the far side. Here's Footman back to pass, looking for the open receiver. Incomplete. Warford was the intended receiver. I think he was, because he threw the ball way over his head.
Well, you had two guys that looked like they were in that route. Warford being one of them, the short receiver. This ball may have gotten away from the quarterback. And yet we go into another situation here where you got to make a play.
And here's the give. Across the 25, 30, and out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag back at about the 27 or 28-yard line. I think that's going to be holding. Holding against Alcorn. While we have this opportunity, just a reminder that the SWAC soccer tournament has a new home. Prairie View A&M University is set to host 8 women's teams on November 3rd through the 6th. Be sure to visit www.swac.org a Sunday and watch the championship match live on the SWAC Digital Network. Again, the 3rd through the 6th. Prairie View has a tremendous facility over there. New football stadium, new track over there. They put a lot of money into it. Here's Footman back to pass. It's complete across the 20 to the 25. A helmet comes off of one of the Grambling players. And that means he'll have to come out for one play.
Saw that Prairie View Stadium, bits and pieces of their game against Texas Southern over Labor Day. Looks like an absolute fabulous place. Can't wait to get down there for a ball game soon. That's going to be nice, or is nice.
First down in 10, I should say 3rd down and 9 now for Alcorn State University. Warford coming out into the inside position on the trips formation at the top of your screen. One receiver at the bottom. Here's a snap, low snap, flag on the play. Here's the pass, and it's incomplete. Flag at the 27-yard line. Yeah, I had a chance to see several phases of that Prairie View A&M Stadium as it was being built. I was there twice during the spring and then again during the summer. It's going to be offsides against Grambling, and so that gives Alcorn 5 yards, and that'll put them a little bit closer. It'll be 3rd down and 4. And when you go over there and you look at all of the facility upgrades that they have really made, soccer, softball, a new track over there, I mean, it's just really, and then, of course, the crown jewel with football is just absolutely incredible what they've done. 3rd down and 4. Footman with the give, and, well, actually, he keeps it, and he gets to about the 35-yard line. It almost looked like Footman slipped on that play. He faked the give to Turner.
Keeps it. It's a big 4th down call. Yeah, his feet go right out from under him. And Alcorn goes back to Lorman, Mississippi tonight or tomorrow morning. They're looking over his stats. Their lack of 3rd down conversion is going to be something that's going to stand out in their mind. 2 of 12 so far in 3rd down, and now faced with their first 4th down conversion of the afternoon. And certainly you're talking about a key moment in the ball game. Right now it is.
Double slot formation. Here's the snap and the give. Nothing doing, and let's see where they spot the ball. This is going to be important. It looks like he was about a yard shy, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
It was a 4th and 2. The yard to gain was the 37-yard line. They try to go inside that time to Turner, and a host of G-men there on the tackle, led by that guy, Devontae Hatter.
Wow. Unbelievable play there. Now it's 1st down and 10 for the Grambling Tigers, and you see some of the fans begin to file out of the stadium. Some of the students, high school students, I mean, really hundreds and hundreds of kids here on this campus all day today. They had a chance to see volleyball at 2. They had a chance to see a great football game. Got some great information here. And looking in the distance, those buses are starting up. Here is the give on 1st down across the 35. And that's Carter.
And what you want to do if you're Carter is try to stay in bounds. They said his initial hit and takedowns occurred during the field, so the clock continues to roll. And let me just tell you, this has just been a great day. You're coming into Grambling and you're seeing all the fans outside tailgating, and like you mentioned, the high school buses and the students coming. And if you could enjoy this day, there's something wrong with you. I'm telling you, what an absolute great day here.
Carter, once again, still on his feet, gets to about the 30. It's going to be a flag on the play. Looks like face mask may be the call there, but he gets across the 30 to about the 28 or 29-yard line. And we'll await the call here in just a second. Got holding on Grambling. So offsetting penalties.
Yeah,
the holding penalty was by number 75 of Grambling State. That's William Waddle. And then, of course, you've got the personal foul on number 50, Ramonte Bell, for Alcorn State. And for Waddle, by the way, he is a true freshman from Tallahassee. That's something that the Tigers do have. With all of the transfers that they do have, they do start quite a few freshmen. Here is Kincaid going deep, looking for the open receiver way over his head. And now you got 3rd down coming up here with 10:42 remaining here in the 4th quarter. And, you know, Stan, you just brought this up before. If you really think about it, your biggest asset right now is if you run the clock.
Yeah, exactly. You know, 3rd down and 6. You've got to think maybe the short passes which we've seen so far to Hunter, the slant, or to Chad Williams, who's done an excellent job with those little inside routes, little out routes. would be if you're going to pass the ball or keep Kincaid on some kind of run option pass play.
Kincaid is in trouble, escapes 35 for 45-40. Wow, he is leveled right at about the 40-yard line.
Wow.
That was by number 44, and that's Darian Anderson, a linebacker.
Kincaid was actually ready to throw this football, and he's winding up. And it's like, a fly or a bug on the windshield. He's getting ready, and all of a sudden, bam! Darian Anderson takes him down to the ground.
The court is in session for the DA.
Anderson. Yes, indeed. That was a big-time play. Anderson, second-team SWAC player last year, had 5 sacks, has 2 so far this year, and I'm not sure they're going to credit him with a sack on that play. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage. We'll have to talk to the stat people. Think he will.
Here is the kick. Comes down to Alcorn. Fumble on the play. And it's going to stay with Alcorn State University. That could have been disastrous if you were Alcorn.
Well, we were critical early in the ball game about a few times where they called a fair catch and let the ball roll. You've got to secure this ball. I'm not really down on the play, but you just got to make the catch. The ball just gets away for a second from Collins Moore, but fortunately the boundary, and he's able to recover the fumble.
We'll keep it right here. First down and 10 for Alcorn State University. First down and 10, and again, field position right around the 14-yard line. With 9:46 remaining here in this fourth quarter. 4 receivers set now for Alcorn State University. Here's a snap. Footman throws. Oh, nice hit on the other side. And it's incomplete. Great hit dislodging the ball from the player.
They've had a lot of success. Both teams have with the slant route. Jabari and McKenzie. Footman puts this one right on the money, and he's just met about the same time the ball is.
And that's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Percy Cargo on the hit. Second down and 10 now for the Alcorn State University Braves. Footman back to pass. He's going down. Inside the 10 at the 5-yard line. And that'll bring up third down and Lorman.
Grambling, one of the leaders in the conference in SWAC in sacks. And one of the first times this season that an Alcorn quarterback has been sacked. And this is a host of guys that are doing the job. Winston being one of those.
Reese getting in there with some quarterback sack.
Yeah, Samuel Reese. They'll share a sack on that. And then again, you put in a very difficult situation. We've got
third down, and this is a big play here. If you're Alcorn State, Footman tossing. It is, it's nearly picked off. Nearly picked off by Grambling, and I'm sure that he's going to want that one back. And I think the ball may have hit his hand. We're going to see this again.
Take a look at this. That's Jeremy Carter, I think. He jammed a finger, caught him in the wrong place.
Yeah,
caught him in his hands.
Yeah. Trying to see how that happened.
You're thinking big on third down. If you're Alcorn, Footman steps in the pocket. He's got time to throw the ball. And what could have been a sure interception is going to still give, I think, Grambling excellent field position as the clock is at 8:55.
We're looking at his hand now over on the sideline. And now a punting situation, and this is really dangerous because now your punter, Hayden McCraney, is standing at his end line. And he gets a beautiful spiraling kick. 60 yards in the air easily. Verlin Hunter, that's going to be an illegal block in the back. Verlin Hunter gets to the 45-yard line, and that's going to be an illegal block in the back. That was easily a 60-yard punt in the air. You can see McCullough right there standing on his end line, and he takes about 2 or 3 steps and just lets this monster fly.
McCullough was averaging about 35 yards per punt.
That's 68 yards in the air.
And you remember he had a long one early in the ball game. Then they had a negative 6-yard kick all that goes into stats, but he has had a very solid football game kicking the ball and really been an asset for the defense, as you would hope your punting team would be.
Flag on the play. It's going to be an illegal block in the back by the Grambling Tigers, and that will back them up. You know, one of the great things is when you have Alcorn State University coming to Grambling, is you got two great bands. The Alcorn band always comes over to North Louisiana. They bring not only the band, but tons of fans, and it really makes for an exciting atmosphere. And then Grambling, the fans and the band, they reciprocate when they go over to the reservation in Lorman. Here is the throw. Nice toss to Chad Williams. 40, 30. It's a foot race. 15, 10, 5. Pay dirt for Chad Williams. And on first down and 10 at the 33-yard line, a 67-yard pass for a touchdown.
Doesn't take long, does it?
Not at all.
Does not take long at all. Chad Williams, he's had so much success with little short routes. Defender overruns it just by a step, and that's all you need is a step for this guy.
That's it.
That's all you need for him. Last season he had 5 touchdowns of over 30 yards. This year he's already had 3. Started the ball game off with a bang and comes in and probably closes. Any thoughts of Alcorn maybe winning this game? Sadly been put away.
The extra point try is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field with the score. The Grambling State University Tigers 36, Alcorn 11. We'll take this timeout. You're watching the SWAC Digital Network.
Who here wouldn't consider driving a hybrid? No. You. Why?
I heard hybrids drive like golf carts. I need more power.
The all-new RAV4 hybrid has 194 net horsepower. Don't blow a gasket, just trust the math.
Well, good, because I can't stand needy cars.
Well, this little beauty don't even need to be plugged in to charge. So how's that for independent? So I'm going to ask you again. Why wouldn't you?
The all-new RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
Live action here on the SWAC Digital Network. The Grambling State University Tigers on top of Alcorn State University, 36-11, with 8:28 remaining in this ball game. Alcorn down 25 points. And Stan, you know, if you're Alcorn, you got to take one at a time. But one thing that we did mention, the longer that the Alcorn State University defense stayed on the field, that secondary was susceptible to a big play, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, what should be a short yardage play turns into a 68-yard gainer that really breaks your back.
And Warford had a hard time just getting the ball up off of the turf. I should say that's number 19, Collins Moore. He gets out of trouble, and he gets it off to another person still on his feet, out to the 45, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Alcorn State University. Warford with a touchdown.
I stand corrected. It's not quite over yet. No, he did. No, he did not.
Yeah, that's going to be a celebration penalty on Warford. And Warford is going to come over and get a little bit of a admonishing. And they got a couple of coaches over there really upset.
Well, they should be. This is a great play. This is outstanding. I told you, we've seen a lot of great plays. Wofford last year, 2 kickoff returns of over 85 yards. Breaks the tackle. You think he's down right there. Should have been down. He says, no, I'm not going.
He got right out of it.
I don't know how he gets out of that. But nevertheless, takes off and really makes a great play, and there'll be a lot of people to say there's a hold right there.
Yeah,
they missed the hold, but nevertheless, you know, some people say, oh, what a great play, but you spoil it all with the celebration. I don't mind the dance. I could deal with. I understand that, but the spiking of the football, not a very smart play, even though you're emotional about a very positive play. Got to learn from that.
Absolutely. So extra point is good. Timeout on the field, 36-18, just like that. We'll take this timeout as Warford electrifies the Alcorn faithful that have traveled over from Lorman, Mississippi. We'll be right back.
To be a champion, you must win. 10 teams strive, but on Judgment Day, only one can rise. December 3rd in Houston, Texas. Be a part of the experience at the 2016 Toyota SWAC Football Championship in NRG Stadium. A champion will rise. Visit www.swac.org for more information.
Welcome back here to Eddie G. Robinson Stadium, where the Grambling State University Tigers on top of Alcorn 36-18, but the Braves are not going down quietly. Warford, an 89-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and you thought that he was down. He played Houdini and got out of all of that.
Poor tackling, I'll say. I'll go to the defense of the special teams. Probably should have been down a couple of times, maybe gave up on the play, but a great effort by Wofford, and we talked at the opening about he being another version of Mr. Excitement. Grambling State has their own version, and Martez Carter, Alcorn has theirs, and the 2015 SWAC Newcomer of the Year, and Marquise Warford, and now the penalty from the unsportsmanlike conduct of excessive celebration.
You know, and look, everybody has their own opinion on the excessive celebration penalty because football is an emotional sport, especially at the college level where you're still learning to control those emotions. And, you know, look, whatever the feelings are, I guess, Stan, it's like this. The officials have to do their job.
Oh, yeah.
They have to do their job.
They look for jobs next week if they don't make that call.
Absolutely.
I mean, there was nothing – again, the celebration – I'm not mad at on that particular play. What I didn't particularly like, you know, from a coaching standpoint, is the spiking of the football. You want to do that, you play on Sundays. You don't need that. Now you're kicking the football off from the 20. Expect Grambling to possibly get good field position.
Martez Carter, he has problems getting the ball, and finally he just dives on it, nearly loses it, and they'll start at the 15-yard line.
Well, you know, stranger things have happened with 8:03 to go. You know, you talk about Williams, 13 catches on the evening for Williams, 108 yards, including that 67-yard touchdown. And this misplay of the kickoff gives the Alcorn Braves some hope that they've got a chance of getting a stop, getting a turnover, getting a score, and getting back on the board and staying in this ball game.
I think the biggest thing here that Alcorn can do is try to ride that momentum in trying to make a big defensive stop here, because I tell you what, that is a huge momentum builder when you can get a touchdown there, especially when your offense just has not been getting what they need.
And Wofford can breathe a sigh of relief right now.
Here is the give across the 15 up to about the 17-yard line. Gain of about maybe a yard, maybe, on the play.
And you start thinking, if you're Fred McNair, do you want to use one of your 2 timeouts remaining? You know, there's something to think about, especially if they can stop Grambling here on second down, force a 3 and out.
We're going to go down onto the field to Jasher Cox here in just a second. Grambling is going to start using some of that clock here. You can see 15 seconds left on the play clock, 7:28 remaining in the ball game. They are going to start milking this clock for everything that is worth. And here is the give to Martez Carter across the 20, 25, 30, still on his feet, 35, 40, 45, and he slips at midfield, safe at second base. Otherwise, he would have had a touchdown.
Martez Carter said, look, I am Mr. Excitement. I'm tired of you talking about Wofford, so let me just show you a little bit what I can do. Little heads and shoulders right there. Fakes one guy, cuts across the grain, and the G got him.
Something about that line right at midfield. It's the part of that black circle. That's what it was.
Yeah, but the thing about that, it's a big play. Gets you out of bad position, moves the clock, gives you another set of downs.
We'll go down to Jasher clock as soon as this play is over here. First down and 10. Here is the throw. Incomplete. Let's go down on the field to Jasher Cox.
All right, real quick, guys. The guy that dropped the interception on the possession before last for Grambling, number 43, Diamante Johnson, That's not the worst part, dropping the pass. He also dislocated his finger on that play. He is being taken to the hospital now. It's been popped back in place, so that's the good news, but they're also taking him to the hospital for further evaluation.
Wow, he's had a couple of injuries, and here's here's the run here, and it goes out of bounds at about the 44 or 46, 47-yard line. DeMonte Johnson, in that game that they had against Arizona, he was shaken up a little bit in that game because of a concussion. Then in the game against Jackson State University, was injured in that game. I believe he had a couple of bruised ribs. Now he's got a dislocated finger. I mean, pretty soon he's going to look like an operation board. You just have to find out what's going on. At the 50-yard line, to the 45, to the 40. Carter on his feet, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Mr. Excitement does it again. A 50-yard touchdown by Carter with 6:07 remaining in the ball game. And you talk about some differences from the first half and the second half.
You think you're kind of just rolling out the clock. Little swing pass. Not sure if he stepped out right there. Now, they may take a look at that. Probably won't. Let's see here. But this is just another great effort by Martez Carter.
Oh, can't see it right there.
Yeah, but never, Carter shows you why he is one of the more dynamic and versatile players in the SWAC. Catching the ball, returning kicks, running the ball. Martez Carter has not disappointed tonight, nor has Chad Williams, nor have the Grambling Tigers. They've done it with defense. They've done it with special teams. They've done it with offense.
43-18 the score. We'll take a timeout. Grambling on top. We'll take this timeout here on the SWAC Digital Network. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for bridging the gap so that I can further my education at a place where everybody is somebody.
Thank you, and thank you for believing that I can succeed in all that I do.
Thank you for investing in my development on and off the field.
Now,
let's do it again.
bigger and better than before. Let's support our university through the 10 for 10 challenge today.
So come on, Grandpa. We know we can count on you to support GSU. Go Tigers.
It's simple. Donate $10 or more today and challenge 10 friends to do the same.
Robinson Memorial Stadium on the campus of Grambling State University. Tigers now up 43-18, and here's the kick by Jonathan Wallace. It's a kick that will go out of bounds, and there'll be a flag on that one. Flag right at about the point where it went out of bounds, 24-yard line. So Alcorn will get some pretty good starting field position. First down and 10. And he hit that one a little bit to the side, and you could tell the way that it came off, kind of twirled off to the side.
What you've got to do if you're Grambling as they administer the penalty here with 6:07 is to now focus. I think if you were to talk to Coach Fobbs right now, he'd say, Coach, you got this game pretty much in the bag. And he wouldn't be smiling because he said, I've got to make sure our guys understand how to close this ball game. One of the things he was a little disappointed in the loss to Arizona. Arizona's a very good team, but you had them on the ropes and you didn't take advantage of some situations, careless with some turnovers, a few mistakes, and you lose that ball game. You learn from that. He wants to close Alcorn right now.
As announcers, you get thrown a tray of cookies here as a first down and 10 here for the Alcorn State University Braves, and that's going to be a catch on the sideline. And it's going to be in Grambling territory at the 41-yard line. Stan, we just got to play the cookies, man.
We appreciate it. And in 6 minutes, we're going to devour every one of those cookies because it's been a long time since we've had a meal. But we got to focus right now. It did look good, though.
Warford out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
And that big play a moment ago, as you were looking at cookies, is exactly what we were talking about with Coach Fobbs. You don't want to give up the big play.
Right.
Let Alcorn continue to have life. 5 minutes and 50 seconds ago, make some plays, keep them in front of you. Don't do anything crazy. This is the time when you start making some mental errors. Your ego gets the best of you. So settle down, play football. If you're Alcorn, you got to keep fighting. Score, get an onside kick, score again.
2nd and 7. Here's a run. And this is still on his feet at the 25, 20, 15, great run again by number 36, Aaron Baker, and Baker gets inside the red zone.
I'm telling you what, Aaron Baker has really delivered, especially going between the tackles. It's a guy that's very difficult to take down, smelling the end zone, gets a block right there by 86, and then does a good job of extending that play. Ojamami that time on that block.
Baker again gets inside now to the 10-yard line, to the 9-yard line. And Baker, it says, according to the stats that Robbie Kleinmans, the sports information director, sent from Alcorn, it says that Baker is 5'10" and 241 pounds. He's a biscuit from 250.
Yeah, exactly. He's been eating some of those cookies. But again, like we said, 241 pounds.
He's a big dude.
But goes inside very well. Over almost 370 yards and rushing last year and 9 touchdowns. A vital weapon for this Alcorn offensive attack.
And this time he is stopped in the backfield by a great defensive push by the Grambling Tiger front. And that brings up 3rd down and long now. So you were in manageable territory, and now you're back at 3rd and 10 inside the 15-yard line at about the 12.
And Baker over 100 yards carrying the football on this afternoon. Now, if you got to think, though, if you're Alcorn State and Coach McNair and his staff, 4:35 on a moving clock, how many times do we go into the end zone? Do we need to get the ball deep? We're not going to be able to beat this team or even come back running the football unless you can break one. You got to kind of get this thing in the end zone to get it back.
Here is
There's
the
your dive. Yeah.
Good call there. Yeah, it is a dive. And once again, that's going to be number 8, DeLance Turner, the running back. And I want to go back
But I like to play. But with your time and score like it is, unless you're saying, okay, we're not gonna make the effort to try to come back, and we're just gonna run out the clock and make a play, fine. But you would think you want to try to take a couple of shots.
You know, Aaron Baker coming into this ball game, he's only had 8 carries for 45 yards. He's got over 100 on the night.
Yeah, we missed one game earlier this season as well, so he's come back in good form tonight.
Warford out wide to the right. Here's Footman looking, picked off by the Tigers. This one's coming back 30 all the way out to about the 32, 33-yard line. A saving tackle out there by Footman, who had to play defender there, and a great play on defense.
Well, maybe that's the reason that they weren't trying to throw the football, but it was a very lazy pass. As you'll see, under pressure, you got to throw this ball into the end zone or out of bounds, and Fields comes up and gets the interception. I'm sorry.
Derek Dixon.
Yeah, Derek Dixon. I'm sorry. Derek Dixon. Number and wrote up on his back. And Dixon, another one of those outstanding defensive backs for this Grambling team to transfer from Texas Tech with his 2nd interception of the season. And that, I think, my friend, pretty much seals the deal on this game with Grambling.
Nail in the coffin, so to speak. And so the Tigers now will trot out a new quarterback here in the ball game, if I'm not mistaken, and that'll be Trevon Cherry. Will come out and finish things off. So Devontae Kincaid's night is done. Cherry will take things over. 1st down and 10. He'll hand things off, and right away, no gain on the play, loss of about 2 yards, but guarantee you they're going to be running a lot of that clock out now. And now we got an injured player on the field. And I believe this is the running back that was out. No, this is one of the big linemen. It's going to be number 71, Fred Williams, who's down on the ground here for the Grambling State University Tigers. Williams, one of the big freshmen from Mobile, Alabama, 6'4", 285. And when you stand next to him, he is a massive individual.
See if we can see exactly what happened. It goes down and grabs his. That doesn't look good.
Yeah,
grabs his left knee
yep.
At the end of the play. So we'll just wait on that and see. But
it looks like, and I'm just looking at it, looks like it turned. Somebody rolled up on it. On the carry for the Grambling State University Tigers was number 20, and that was Ellis Jones. And
you hate to see this. This is a guy that they feel like he's got a really good upside as a freshman, 6'4", 285, as you said, and has really had some very impressive practices. But with that weight and the direction of which he was going in, I'm not going to say from here, not a doctor, but it certainly that's promising to see him being able to try to get up, and the Grambling medical staff doing a really nice job of getting to him. So hopefully Fred Williams will be able to bounce back.
Well, he is putting some pressure on it, so that is promising.
Oh, that's very good, yeah.
You see his offensive line coach out there looking after him.
Reginald Nelson, offensive line, has done a really good job in developing this line here at Grambling State. Robert Bailey Jr., the tight ends coach, and Ryan Burton at wide receivers. The offensive staff done a really good job, but, man, you got to give Everett Todd and his crew a lot of credit. Defensively, they have come up and made some big-time plays. Quentin Burrell, Brian Ware, Bill Kinchin, Terrence Graves. Guys have done a really nice job in buying in, and Coach Fobbs looks like once again that the G-Men may be the team to beat.
Certainly looks like it so far. A little bit of did you know here. Quentin Burrell, who is an assistant linebackers coach for the Grambling team, the great-grandson of Eddie Robinson.
Think he hadn't been to a few games here?
Possibly a couple. Here is the give. Once again, the Alcorn defense just stifling the run game. And on that play, the tackle was made by number 55, and that's going to be Sterling Shippey, the defensive lineman.
There's a great article in the local paper yesterday about Burrell and his relationship with Coach Robinson and growing up Grambling, growing up a young G-man, and now what he's been able to do and develop. And, you know, you also have to think about Coach Fobbs, who grew up on this campus as well.
Tell you that story here in just a little bit. 13 left on the play clock, 2:47 left in the game, and the exodus is starting to happen here for the Alcorn fans and the high school fans. And here is the give once again. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 4th down and a bunch with 2:32 left in this ball game. But one of the things that they would tell you about Quentin Burrell during the press conference this week, Burrell had an opportunity to address the media for the first time this season. And one of the things he talked about was being able to go to his great-grandparents' house over on Adams Street, which is probably about a good 4 or 5 block walk from Robinson Stadium. And he talked about one of the things he remembered is his grandfather, Eddie Robinson, watching film for 3 or 4 hours a night and being able to just watch him. And he always made time for the grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Let me tell you what, and I'm going to say this for a person as this punt goes down the field. As a person that's had the fortune and been blessed to go to a lot of places and play and coach and do a lot of things in broadcasting, but to do a ball game at Robinson Stadium, and I've been to Grambling a few times, and Sean Walker is a very dear friend of mine, and one of the former coaches last year, Ray Martin, a very good friend. So I know the Grambling history. I've been here a few times, but never have I had a chance to do a ball game here, to sit here. And let me tell you what, this is more than a blessing. This is an honor to do this and to work with you, the voice of Grambling State football for many years. I just want you to tell you that they're memories and they're lifetime memories. And today I've had a chance to have a lifetime memory, and I just want to tell you and the SWAC Digital Network, thank you for this opportunity, because this is something special to be here.
Well, it certainly
to walk on hallowed ground. I'm going to tell you what.
It is. It's one of those places.
Yeah, you can go through the list of all the greats, and we're not going to sit here and do that, but, because there's too many of them, from Doug Williams to Zach Harris. I still wasn't going to do that to Willie Davis. I'm not going to do that. But let me just say this. When you sit back and you see that G in the middle of the field, as with a lot of stadiums, but to come here and know that Eddie Robinson, all he did, not only for football but for humanity, this is certainly an honor, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So thank you for your work today.
Oh, absolutely, and thank you as well. And number 11 for Alcorn State University, Jabarian McKenzie with the catch and the run. And, you look at this, and this is the field that Eddie Robinson had a chance to talk to President Clinton on after a historic win. And the same field that I said that Kendrick Nord and Steve McNair had an epic battle that was on ABC, 45-50. And finally out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Make that the 42-yard line. First down for Alcorn. But this is definitely a place, when you talk about historic places in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, you think about when you go and you go to Alcorn State University there. You think about Marino Cassim and what he did there. You think about W.C. Gordon at Jackson State University. And there's just so many great coaches that have done amazing things. And when you think about the number of players that have come through this conference and represented the SWAC and its tradition and the legacy from Walter Payton to you look at Doug Williams, you look at just all of these great players. It just really is something special to be a part of the conference.
I tell you what, you said a mouthful right there, and it's true. And you sit here and you watch Grambling, you think about what their history they're making now. Alcorn came into this ball game with a 7-game conference win streak on the road that started here 2 years ago, and they'll end here on Grambling Stadium, and so good things happening for Grambling right now.
Footman with an incomplete pass to the right side. 13 seconds remaining here in this ball game. 43-18 the score.
So it's on to Dallas next week, right?
On to Dallas
for
next
Prairie
week.
View. Prairie View.
Some epic battles over there against Prairie View A&M University.
Yeah.
And
is that still at the Cotton Bowl now?
Still at the Cotton Bowl. Yep, during the State Fair. As a matter of fact, it opens the State Fair weekend.
I was down there a couple years ago, and all I got, I watched the game. Game was great, but I ate too much.
If you don't like fried food, that is not
yes,
the place for you
indeed.
to go. Footman with a long pass, and it's going to be knocked out of there incomplete. 7 seconds remaining here in the ball game, and that was 4th down, and the Tigers can come in and put a knee on it. Turnover on downs for Alcorn State.
Nice throw here deep for our Footman, last-ditch effort to try to get some more points on the board. And they're going to need all these weapons next week as they take on Arkansas. So they'll go down and play Razorbacks and then continue with Alabama A&M on the 8th. So there's still challenges left for both teams as you look at their schedule. And certainly today, Grambling now may be the definite favorite going into SWAC play as we get really into October.
Pouncey was the one who broke up that last pass and put a knee on it. 7 seconds remaining, and that'll do it with the final score. 43-18, the Grambling State University Tigers win this ball game. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll give you some scores from the Southwestern Athletic Conference and also get you updated on other things that are going on around the country. You got a happy executive producer in Jasher Cox there because his Auburn Tigers ended up winning a game in dramatic fashion. The Heartbreak Kids do it again. We'll take this time out. We'll be right back.
To be a champion, you must win. 10 teams strive, but on Judgment Day, only one can rise. December 3rd in Houston, Texas. Be a part of the experience at the 2016 Toyota SWAC Football Championship in NRG Stadium. A champion will rise. Visit